Ready to go then. Last stop for round 4. A packed stoop, a whole lot of niggle, and Harlequins against Saracens. Sarries getting us underway. Fergus Burke with the first kick of the game, and it's taken in by Ernie Herbst.
Use it! That's taken back.
Still preferred to Danny Kerr at 9. Started 3 of the 4 to this point. And an early tester for Alex Good. Safely underneath it. Muscular challenge from Caden Murley. And here's Ben Earl, who's wearing number 8 today, as he has been, of course, in the white of England for a little while now.
Hold in front.
Burke.
Now on.
Crossfield, and Daly hurtling after this one, but it might just sit for Marcus Smith. He's got Daly on top of him.
Good contest.
Herbst loves the physicality of these contests. He'll be to the fore on the carrying front. No Alex Dombrandt today for Harlequins, as you know, a hand injury keeping him out of action for a little while.
Good reaction from Chisholm there.
Use it.
Just saw the late counter ruck coming in from Onyema Christie. He was alert to it. So good time to do that counter ruck when everyone switched off, the ball's won, and suddenly you relax and you push back over the top of the ball and on top of your scrum half.
Here is Onyema Christie, who's barreled backwards. An excellent tackle from James Chisholm. He's the man entrusted at number 8.
Hold in front, Nick, wait. Thank you.
For Quins. Smith
Backwards
eyes up.
Sarries.
Fansale shifted away to Good. As ever, finding just tiny slivers of space where there doesn't seem to be any. Lazowski, Burke, into the wide channels, thanks to Tompkins. This is Daly now. Itoje. Knee trouble kept him out last week, but happily nothing too sinister. Jamie George barreled. Really good shot coming in from Finn Baxter.
The ball's there to be placed.
Dino Lamb looking to attempt the strip, but it's still there for Sarries, and Burke to Lazowski. Trying to free up Elliott in this 5-metre channel. Across comes Halfpenny. Driven to the ground quickly by Elliott.
He's pushed back in by 12. 12 pushed him back in.
It's really good rugby, isn't it? Saracens very controlled, physical. And pretty decent, those 15 channels.
Step, please, Ben.
But you know, you've got that sense of reliability when you've got a test centurion at the back of the pitch there and Lee Halfpenny just sweeping up.
Just a real calm presence, isn't he?
Just wanted to look at Alex Good. As an old man, really, how can he survive? Well, here, he's going to jump and then he realises he doesn't need to, so he just takes the step back, allows it to drop in. Then we see him, that ability to change direction, and we saw him with a little kick through as well. He's just such a good thinker that he can afford to play long into his career and long into his years because he's not reliant on his skill set or his power. It's all about the thinking game.
Little dab forwards from Smith, it's blocked.
Advantage knock on.
And it's been knocked on, and Halfpenny is spreading it wide to Nick Davies.
Advantage knock on from Sarries first.
Earlier on, excellent steal at line-out time from Stefan Levis, which stymied Saracens in the first instance.
I'll tell you what, it was on. You can see Marcus spotting that space in behind because of his press. Control. But then it was on for Fergus Burke. Gets a big paw to it. It's a lovely charge down. It's a favourable bounce of the ball. That's quality work there.
Fansale there. Really alert to it, that ball over the top. He's going to play that traditional sweeper role in behind. They know it's something that Marcus Smith is very, very hot on. He was caught a little bit on the wrong side, but you saw he probably would have got over for that.
Slow calls. Crouch. Bind.
And a free kick awarded from the first scrum. It's gone against Marco Riccioni. Just eager to crack on with things, seemingly a bit too eager.
And that'd be a nice settler for Quins. You saw that stat across the bottom, the screen there. They've not had the best start in terms of their scrum.
Oof. Oof. Yeah, kick from Smith has missed touch. It's found one of Saracens' danger men in Tobias Elliott. Burke to the line.
Alongside each other, play on.
Riccioni. Quins holding them nicely in the midfield at the moment. But here, not rolling away. That's gone against Herbst.
Exactly
well, this is an area I think Saracens manage really well. They've gone through their phases at this point, but it's just a few minutes ago when they aren't going anywhere. I think their kick game is absolutely on point. Watching them in the warm-up, seeing the options they take, and this is a really good example of it. The way in which... I'll show you in just a second. Elliot Daly's going to try and hammer this as close to Harlequins' try line as he can. It's a really good effort. We see this all the time. Look at this line that they have. Then they've got Elliot Daly out on the wing. If this kick from Fergus Burke is exactly where they want it to be, which is Marcus Smith, who's out on his own, I tell you what, more often than not, Saracens win that. The quality of kick wasn't quite good enough, so they couldn't exploit that opportunity. Massive super strength of them.
Well, they're in the 22 for the first time this afternoon. Saracens, and Gonzalez has fed and here's Onyama Christie, and they're within 5 metres. Van Sale, and a blast on the whistle because we've got an injury that needs attention seemingly.
Oh, no. We need to get away from that shot. What a shame. Very bad injury after a brilliant carry. Ben Earl shaken up, I think, by seeing that.
It's going to be a long break.
Yeah, I think this is going to be quite traumatic for a number of players who were around him at the time. And the medics swiftly onto the scene. Saracens well stacked in terms of their options in the back row. Tom Willis and Toby Knight both covering the back row.
At the replay, because he got such a good line, the tackle was side on, which meant that the tackling player actually fell across his leg. And
I've just seen that.
Yeah, it's horrific.
No, I didn't. It's going to be a scrum, your ball.
Yeah, that's correct.
No,
such a shame because he's been fantastic this year, for the last couple of years. And it's a big year ahead, you know. He could be well pushing for honours further than Scott, where he has been. And what an absolute catastrophic blow. And see the look on Mark McCall's face there. And it was such a lovely move as well. Ben Earl off the back of the line out, little show inside to hold the defenders. And Christie's line was perfect. Got right close towards the try line, but it's just sickening, and absolutely nothing that can be done. It's just one of those horrific accidents of playing sport.
He's been flying this season.
He really has. It's been interesting. We've mentioned it a few times in Saracens games already this season. I was lucky enough to go watch them train a couple of weeks ago up near Harpenden, and they're all talking about Andy Onyama Christie because he has come into this season like a steam train, super fit, super hungry, and in the form of his life. He was nominated for Player of the Month in the first month of the campaign. He's established inside the Scottish squad at this point, and you mentioning it, Ben. It's obviously it's the situation that hangs over the entire season, the Lions question for all of these players out there today. But Andy Onyama Christie would have been in the conversation for sure. He hit the ground running with such impressive performances.
It's quite instructive when you do chat to the players, and speaking to Ben Earl on Premiership Rugby when they had their media day, and I said, what one player do you think is really going to step up and make a difference this year? And he spoke about his competition, Andy Onyama Christie. And it's very rare that you get people who occupy a similar position to you start to talk up, but that's the type of form and impact he's had, and devastating to see him now pick up this severe injury.
And translating it so quickly as well. First round against Gloucester, a couple of tries, man of the match. Really head and shoulders above everybody else on display
on
that day.
Serious on the first kick through. Just be aware of white 6 in front of the kicker carrying on running. Yeah.
And then he gets involved in the tackle.
Yeah. I didn't come in because it's not a try.
I wasn't certain live.
Yeah, but I would have covered it. Yeah. And definitely no foul play there.
Conversation between Christoph Ridley, our referee, and our TMO today,
Yeah, of course.
Dean Richards. So while the medics attend Andy Onyama Christie, a chance for us to let you know what else is coming up on TNT Sports next weekend. Round 5, which of course is the penultimate round before the autumn internationals. On Friday we're at the Gardens for Saints against Sale from 7 o'clock. Both of those packed in the middle of the table at the moment. Newcastle, Exeter also that evening at 7:30 on TNT Sports 5. Neither of those have won at this point. Saturday we're into the PWR at lunchtime. Bristol against Saracens, and then the men take centre stage from 2:15. The Bears, as we know, flying, and Saracens, of course, without dropping a point to this stage, and Quins Bath from 5:15, completing our double header on Saturday afternoon. Sunday it's Leicester Gloucester from 2:30. What a big win that was in the East Midlands derby for Michael Checker's Tigers yesterday. The rugby review show in its usual slot at 5:15, and then so much to get excited about from Saturday, November the 2nd. That blockbuster start to the Autumn Nations Series with England against New Zealand at the Allianz Stadium at Twickenham. Scotland, Fiji that weekend, but all the games across all the home unions, and indeed France and Italy. We're showing the lot. You won't miss anything on TNT Sports, and Discovery Plus is going to be fun, you go.
It's going to be a lot of fun. It's even got The Rock talking about it. I love seeing that. When you get The Rock talking about rugby, you know it's going to be half decent.
Probably a decent flanker, don't you think?
It's amazing. I mean, it's not Big Daddy talking about it or Giant Haystacks, but pretty good, isn't it?
That was my nickname.
I saw, yeah.
Giant Haystacks.
So an awkward pause here for everybody concerned, actually. Never easy in these circumstances, Ben, for players or coaches on either side.
No. You see all the players, or we have done, warming up, and you obviously look to peak. Your whole week is looking to peak to 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, and then at 6 minutes past 3 suddenly you have to completely change and keep your body up at a high level, but also you have to change your mindset slightly and go back in. It's very easy to drift. You've got that initial tightening of the lungs when everything in the first 5 minutes is 100 miles an hour, particularly with the amount of ball in play time we'd had early on. And then you crash and your body can start to seize up. You can get that initial sort of tightening up. So you see a lot of the players running around. Marcus Smith's just going through some sprints. But I think the biggest challenge is mentally.
Yeah, 100%. Back to the conversation, Autumn Nations. One player I want to see in England 13 jerseys, this guy here. I think he's been so good. His story, and everyone has a story, but basically been eliminated, forgotten about from England since 2018. He had an ACL injury last year. People forget that. And for him to come back in a slightly revamped squad, without using that term so deliberately, because they've such a brilliant squad. I love what he's been about. And I think what an opportunity just to put him back into the squad, give him a go, give him a chance, and see if he can own that shirt. We know Henry Slade's out injured, due back in the next couple of weeks, but the way in which this guy's been playing, and the message I think it provides to everyone, that if you do play well consistently, you get a shot.
Can you see a Lawrence-Lazowski partnership?
Yeah.
I think Lawrence has to be there. It is at times unplayable. We saw another great performance from him this weekend. What I like about this guy is, again, another thinker of the game. He is the sort of player that can get the best out of those around him by not being selfish and thinking, right, how do I get the best out of someone like Ollie Lawrence?
So applause all around the stoop, people rising to their feet as a mark of respect for Andy Onyama Christie, struck down here after such a brilliant start to his season. All fans united in their support for him, and we wish him a speedy recovery. hard to take. It really is hard to take for supporters and teammates and for the individual concerned. It always amazes me how resilient players are in the rehabbing process and dealing with injury, Ben. It's huge, isn't it?
Unfortunately, it's part of the career. It's a horrible part of the career. You know, being carried off there, he is well aware that he has got a long rehab process ahead of him.
It's a free kick from the scrum, this time awarded to Sarries, and Earl bouncing around that 5-metre line. Herbst throwing himself into Tom Willis, who's the man who's come on for the stricken Onyama Christie.
Not a bad replacement.
Been exceptional this season, hasn't he? Itoje lays it up. Fansale. Here is Willis. His carrying has been huge. His footwork and his speed, we know, are exceptional. He's beaten more defenders than anybody by some margin in this campaign to date. Burke to Earl. There'll be no greater tribute to their teammate if Sarries could score from this passage of possession. Tompkins searching for the holes.
It's a very good defensive set from Harlequins. Saracens with lots of possession, but this all started on their 5-metre line. Good choice of tackle, good physicality, and then decent discipline to not give anything cheap.
Sale again, and Burke drives it through. Tricky bounce, halfpenny. Oh, thought for a minute Elliott had that. It went forwards, and Murley flings it out.
It's a free shot, advantage being played.
Nick David is thinking he might be on here from just about as deep in the in goal as you could possibly be.
Back for the knock-on.
That's great to see that, because they know they've got, it's not loose, they know the referee's coming back as long as they don't go past the point of the knock-on. I think Kenningham feeling a bit aggrieved that he didn't win a penalty at the breakdown before that.
Engage this side and then
Little
engage
dab
that
through.
side early. So I think they triggered you. Can we wait?
Really good little dab through here. Made it so awkward for Halfpenny in the
Lads, we've not even
backfield.
got to the contest
horrible
yet.
bounce,
Let's wait
though,
for
isn't
the
it?
calls.
It's,
Don't guess them,
it's
please.
filthy.
Here's your mark.
Well, it's really good identification. This is the lads playing from everywhere, using that advantage.
Hold
But I
that
also think that
spacing.
kick from Fergusburg was an acknowledgement that they were going nowhere. In fact, they were going backwards, weren't they?
That was a tremendous defensive set. Really was. I think probably a few eyes raised by Harlequins' back row selection. And perhaps that had something to do with it. They know they have to be able to dominate physically rather than just relying on getting those steals on the floor. They can't let Saracens get any momentum into the game, so slightly bigger back row maybe.
Well, there's some momentum from Chisholm, and Dino Lamb's driving it on to the 22. Look at the leg drive as well. A couple of teammates in behind him, Baxter and Levis adding their weight. Brilliant stuff from Quins. And Yanwu. Little pop for a short line from Beard. And Yanwu takes it up and drives through the middle of the ruck, and Saracens are the ones who are on the scramble here. Baxter, soft hands. Smith is caught, the ball is loose. A very promising passage from Quins, that. Full of intent, full of devil.
Wanting to play. I'll tell you, some of the carries, and Yanwu, he's had plenty of touches, plenty of leg drive.
Just watch how Harlequins are backing off a little bit to try and take the sting out of the Saracens' line speed.
Burke to Earl, and Yanwu slows him up. And Beard and Kenningham do the rest. Itoje for Willis. And for all the enterprise from Quins, they are still pinned in their own half here. Gonzalez, Burke, nice handling, Lazowski, and away from Good, and Daly's on the move. Up and into the 22, needs a kindly bounce here. Chisholm's lost it, and then it's been knocked on surely by Fansale. But Harlequins have given up the penalty.
You've played the ball on the ground.
Desperation from James Chisholm, and a yellow.
The quality of that handling, and more the timing of the passing, not just the handling, but picking off every defender till you get to the outside, and Elliott Daly then puts the pedal to the floor, accelerates in, kicks ahead.
On the floor out the game.
Well,
Why is that a yellow card? I know he's off his feet, but there was a knock on before.
I need to have another look at it in a moment or two. Let's see how this line-out unfolds. Itoje rises.
In 5 more.
And Sarries gather round. Quins holding and throwing good numbers at this, ushering them towards the touchline. Round they go. Not much room for manoeuvre here for Saracens. They might not need it. Reece Carey not too far away. And it's Harlequins' ball.
Big from Stefan Leviche, captain's role, got in there. Referee happy that Saracens brought that down to ground. Let's have a look at that yellow then, Hugo.
Yeah, so when we look at the choreography of it, what James Chisholm did was illegal, 100%. But we see from here, goes down on the ball. Then we get this knock on. Oh no, totally my bad. He calls it. That spot on decision, I take it back. However,
look at Herbs there. Look where he is at the front. That's really good play. They have to break off, and as they break off, it's another good block. And Yuanwu in there as well, but Stefan Leviche had found himself on the ball, but all that carnage caused originally by brilliant defence at the front of the line out from Ernie Herbst.
Stay behind the ball, 9.
We're jostling between Fonsale and Porter. And the penalty is gone against Fonsale. Overstepping the mark. It is his job to be a general pain in the backside.
You see the celebration from Quins. They know they're on the ropes here. So getting away there without conceding a point is absolutely huge to them. Marcus Smith, they won't rush to this line out, they'll wind down the clock. Good for work from Porter there as the block. Being assisted by Kenningham.
Yeah, you can't hold on to the back of his
Sale
shirt.
Doesn't like it, holding on to it.
He's picked it up anyway.
Yeah, there's being an irritant, and then there's doing that right in front of the referee. So
you got
good number 8 play.
Yeah, I was going to say, got number 12 packing down at 8.
Jabulu is on the ball at the moment. He's come on for Jack Walker, by the way, who went off for a head injury assessment.
Never got on the ball.
Nathan Jabulu, who's this 21-year-old everybody needs to keep a keen eye on. Another star of the future, we understand. Look goes Daly, but it's claimed by Nick David. Porter searches for Smith, finds Smith, and then the race is on here. Good barrel to the grounds. Caden Murley coming piling in, but Fonsale ships it quickly. Tompkins. Good. Change of plan. Still changing plans. Brought down by Jabulu in the end, but Saracens now deep in their half. Looking to restore a little bit of order. Off goes Elliott on the kick chase, but Halfpenny's under it. Herbst. Some hefty old collisions at the moment.
Inside.
Smith again to the air. Burke. Good.
It's about as deep as Harlequins have been all game, isn't it?
Strong leg drive again from Willis.
Okay, 9, use it. Step, please, step.
Halfpenny, eyes to the heavens.
Backwards by Sarries.
And Sarries done well to get up and tip that back, and Carey is crashing onwards. Bit of a collision with Jabulu. I wonder if that was an incident involving his head. It might conceivably have been. He's quickly to his feet.
Hold inside, lads, hold.
Good. Again, challenging that back three aerially. Smith comes in once more. Elliott got up and got a touch on it, and then ended up being offside.
Knock on, offside.
Yeah, he takes a gamble, Elliott. Don't think he's convinced, but I think it's right. Does really well to get a hand in there and knock it back to his side, but it comes off Lazowski's shoulder, is it? No, Burke's shoulder, I think. And then his hands, and then forward. Yeah, clearly offside. Well, it's been a really good first 5 minutes of the yellow card by Harlequins there. It's almost spiked them into life, hasn't it, losing a player.
Spending precious time in opposition territory, a man down.
That's it, 85% of this game has been played in their half, eh? Which is wild. Just recalibrated there, it's now 80%. It's going to have to stop making sure when they get a chance to attack like now that they can be clinical.
Lovely ball from Dino Lamb, the stooping, great voice, and Yanwu head down. Lovely article in the Times over the influence of Andre Esterhazen on Lennox Anyanwu. Such a key figure here for so many years, of course, the South African. Willis spots half a hole, keeps it alive. Burke to Earl. This is really dynamic stuff from Saracens. Burke again, challenging up to halfway, frees the arms up, and it's gone forwards. And the moment has passed, but Sarries threatening.
It's a shame because it was really good play from Willis. They're playing with knock-on advantage. Just look at the speed to get back and realise what's in front of him. Because he gets there so quickly, doesn't need to go into the breakdown, spots that they're without a guard on that blind side, goes himself and then keeps the ball alive. It's that speed of transition from defence into attack.
Well, his numbers have been crazy this season. Tom Willis got to be threatening for a back row spot under Steve Borthwick, you'd think, through November. Just affecting matches on the carry, at the breakdown, and just bringing that abrasive edge.
Good, thanks, right?
Who do you build your back row around for England, Ben?
Personally, Ben Earl.
So where do you play him?
That's the question. I think they'll start with Ben Earl at 8. If Curry's fit and healthy to go at 7, but absolutely I can see Tom Willis being the man on the bench. I think they'll want a bigger 6, whether that's a combination of Mara Itoje going there with the 2 Leicester locks involved, or whether that you go with Chandler Cunningham South. But I think they'll want a big 6, a jumping, a very good jumping 6. But it's a tough. There's a lot of good players about. There are a lot of good players. There's players that haven't even made the training squad. That any other year you'd say, God, you've got to get him in the England team.
He's just one of them, of course. That Harlequins bench full of quality. Joe Marler, Joe Launchbury, Chandler Cunningham South, Will Evans, Danny Kerr, Jared Evans. Interesting policy, actually, because some of those you might have expected potentially to start today, but they're looking for big things later on. Certainly the early exchanges here tight enough to suggest this policy is a good one. Kenningham on the move, rolling up to the 10-metre line, probing that short side through Herbst. Lamb. Porter to Smith. Pressure coming on from Earl, and Smith having to launch that bomb nice and early. And it's gone forwards again. This is sometimes the consequence of those little tap downs, which have become such an important part of the game, Hugo. But if you get it wrong and there's somebody standing in the wrong position, then you are at the mercy of the offside law. Yeah,
the quality of the kick, but more so than anything, I often talk about this landing zone. Caden Murray gets into that landing zone, he owns it. Sally's Good can't get off the floor and dominate the air. He puts hands in the air, you can understand it, but the quality of the kick and then getting into that space where the ball's going to land, if you can dominate that physically, you can then dominate what happens in the air.
Still a minute and a half to play out on the Chisholm yellow, which means that Murley is packing down on the blindside flank.
Yeah, this will be a combination of trying to keep things simple. Have a look at Lennox Anyanwu. Kenningham's going to break. And they'll look to truck it up.
Porter goes to the 22. And Levis recognises that his 9 is at the bottom of the ruck this time. Onwards through Levis, the man who lifted the Premiership trophy a couple of seasons ago, but great work over the ball from Saracens, and they've earned themselves a breakdown penalty.
Just see, Itoje doesn't get an accurate latch onto the ball and lift it, but because the man on the floor actually keeps moving forward, referee very happy that Had he not done that, Itoje would have latched onto the ball. Good decision. A good start, Christoph Ridley, isn't he? Very quickly rising in everyone's estimations.
Captain of the club this season, of course, Maro Itoje.
Front man. Yes.
Vast reserves of experience with Jamie George, the England skipper, in the ranks as well. And Ben Earl, England's most significant player of the last 18 months or so, you would think. Up she goes from Van Sale. Halfpenny again. Big challenge for the ball. It's with Sarries. They've got a knock-on advantage, and Tompkins sees space in behind. Work to do here for Smith and Halfpenny. And a really good chase from Tompkins. It's never anything other than an excellent chase from the Welsh international centre.
That's the second high ball. We know how good Halfpenny is under the high ball. Second one that he's just misjudged, and it's dropped quicker than he thought, and then he's had to accelerate late. And the player's already been in that landing zone that Ugo was talking about.
So the applause is for James Chisholm, who's returning to the field, and Harlequins can be well pleased with the way they've navigated that 10 minutes, playing with only 14 men.
You wouldn't have called 0-0 after 20 minutes, would you?
Timing, lads, timing.
Absolutely not.
That's over 15.
Gonzalez to Earl. Van Sale. Lasowski met well by Beard. Nice pick-up from Gonzalo. It wasn't quite the nicest of pickups from Juan Martin Gonzalez. And Harlequins rewarded for their defensive efforts. They'll be delighted with that, having brought in Jason Gilmore as part of their coaching setup. This is just the kind of defensive effort and commitment that he'll be looking for, that Nick Evans is looking for. Nick, lovely to talk to you. Fascinating first 20 minutes or so. What's your reading of the game? What do you want to see more of?
Yeah, it's been a real war of attrition at the moment. Obviously, with that injury, thoughts with Christie, we'd never want to see that. So I think, have you just heard me now? Have I just come on? Or
got you now, Nick.
Got me now. Yeah, no, just it's been a war of attrition. I think both, sides cancelling each other out, a lot of kicking. Obviously, after that break, just want to send thoughts to Christie. No one wants to see that. So, her thoughts are with him and his family, and hope he's okay. But look, we've just got to stay in the fight here. Just got to wait for the opportunities. We've got, as you see here, just a bit more territory. We haven't played down that end at all, really. So we just need to work our way out the field a little bit. But the defence is going well from both sides.
We'll be very pleased with the way that 10 minutes elapsed with a man down.
Yeah, we did. We worked really well, and we managed to hold on there and a couple of good set pieces, and our defence has held up really well. So we just got to try and create some opportunities, but stay in the fight, be really patient. This is a good old-fashioned derby at the moment.
Great stuff, Nick. Thanks so much for your time.
No worries.
Quick hands from Quins. They found the edge. They found Murley streaking over the 10-metre line, and Levis juggles and spills, and the counter's on for Saracens. Daly assessing all options. Lasowski running hard. Tompkins to Earl, looking to set the target again. Just a momentary flash from Quins of the threat that they offer in attack, particularly on the counter.
No, it's not. 9, use it.
Halfpenny watching, and he's misjudged that as well, and the ball is, for a moment, still in play.
Just wanted to look at, I talked before about Harlequins almost running backwards to get round Saracens' line speed. Watch them here. No go forward in that backfield. They're running sideways, and they just take that last defender out. Any sort of forward movement from any of those players that had the ball there, and the last man gets hit, man and ball, before he can get the ball away into the wide channel.
Time off a second.
So it's almost the bullfighter, the matador, just inviting them on and using that super strength of theirs against them. The problem is any sort of juggle in midfield, and you find yourself 20 metres further back than you should have been.
Yeah, you're playing chicken effectively, aren't you?
Exactly.
Which is why the range of kicking is so important, isn't it? From Marcus Smith in particular, that whoever's at first receiver, those little dabs through, little dink over the top, the long kicking, just to keep them honest, guessing.
But also, don't panic if you do get caught. And okay, we've had a go, it's not on, now we'll go to our kicking game. what Saracens are trying to do is, by having that line speed, stop you wanting to play, being worried about playing, just being nervous about it. If you give in to that, they win. So if you stop playing, you stop doing what you want to do, they win. That's the whole point of the strategy. So you've got to be brave, you've got to be bold, and if you make a mistake, you've just got to recover it somehow.
Well, there's a man stationed at number 10 for Quins, who's unlikely to go into his shell, I would suspect. Marcus Smith is he's not a cautious man by nature on the rugby field. He'll keep pulling tricks out of the bag. Daly plucks that and gets it away to Riccioni.
Tackle!
Pitch is really cutting up quite a lot. There's been a couple of areas where there's been a scrum and there's big dents in the turf.
Ezekiel hit hard by Finn Baxter. And Harlequins coming up trumps on the penalty front.
Burnell screamed at me about tackle complete there. He's lying on the floor screaming at me on the ground. We just can't accept it. Okay, thank you. You understand.
So Earl, the culprit, as far as Christoph Ridley is concerned. It's always felt like a bit of a balancing act with Sarries. They love a whoop and a holler, but there's a time and a place, probably.
Good refereeing. It's not made a huge deal out of it. Given the penalty away, told the captain what he wants, and he wants him to shut up.
That is a great nudge from Marcus Smith. Earl's talkative nature has cost them 40 metres or so. Time to capitalise now for Quins. Their red zone conversion not that special. Walker to Lamb, and now the rumble. And it's brought down but by their own side, and Cunningham feeds it back. Chisholm goes into Reece Carey. Porter uses Levis. Good support from Walker, and look at the leg drive from the Quins skipper. Lamositelli, former Saracen, to within a couple of metres, the short pop and the drive now from Chisholm. Quins really feeling it. Onwards through Baxter. Harlequins, baby-faced assassin, coming up with the goods.
All made by that initial carry from Levis. I just wondered whether his knee had gone to ground, and he went again, but he gets him so close to the line. And then there's some really intelligent late decision making on the passes. This is Levis, knee down there, and then he gets up and goes again. But then Lamositelli gets them even closer. And then that delay pass looks like it's going to Cunningham, popped up to Chisholm, and then they sweep back the other side with Saracens overfolding.
Previous ruck on the halfway line, player leaning on it. There was a little scuffle afterwards, but nothing was done. But just the player holding players in afterwards.
Isn't it? He got stopped, but then he used that scrum strength, scrum technique to get himself over the line.
Saracens won.
First blood to the Quins.
And it doesn't make sense. Saracens have had all the possession, 3 visits to the 22. This is Harlequins' first, but it's clinical. They backed themselves against Northampton with their drive and more last week, turning down the points, and you can see why.
Don't underestimate that finish from Finn Baxter. He's gone directly in to Gonzalez and Ezekiel. They've stopped him dead. He hasn't panicked, he hasn't just rolled over and gone on the ground. He's taken that initial hit, 2 feet planted in the ground, and then he's used that scrummaging technique to edge his way over the line. Really good finish.
And he's left some collateral damage in his wake, because Juan Martin Gonzalez is being attended to by the medics, which means that the former Quinn, Hugh Tizard,
just
has come on for Saracens, unsurprisingly booed, having jumped from southwest London to North London, and he's replaced Gonzalez in the back row. So 1 or 2 problems to address in that area for Mark McCall and co.
think they've put Ezekwe in at 6. Tizard going to the second row, in all honesty.
Just one of those who's been really vocal about the rivalry between these two clubs. He said he loves to beat Quins at the Stoop, wearing his Saracens shirt after his time here.
Not on the ball, lads.
Again, Premiership appearances.
Halfpenny's landing zone blocked. He's having a bit of an argument with the referee's assistant there, but the player underneath it, Elliott's got every right to be there.
In law, 100%, we have got too many bodies loitering around the drop zone. We want a contest, but we've got a lot of people loitering, not actually wanting to catch the ball, just blocking players from competing.
So what do you do about it?
You say if you want to be in the landing zone, you have to be competing for the ball. Otherwise, just get away from it. Why do we need to populate landing zones?
But you don't have to jump. You can catch the ball on a rugby field standing still. So
we've seen two.
But how do you make a law about that? If you're standing still underneath the ball, you've got every right to be there.
Eyes to the ball, hands to the ball. If you're not doing those things, get out of the way.
That's the difference between a second row and a winger.
Yeah. Why would you jump? Just stand still.
So that's good.
Taken well that time, and here's Jack Walker for Quins. Smith dipping the shoulder, trying to get outside Nick Tompkins. Kenningham, great footwork past Ezekwe. Good to see Jack Kenningham back after being out for so much of last season. Will Evans, incidentally, on the bench this afternoon, who's been the king of the turnovers this season.
That's fine, he was running back towards the ball.
Lateral, and then straightening his Earl. And there's the power and the acceleration. Dragged down by Anyanwu. Quick ball for Funzale, though. And Harlequins need to reassemble in a hurry. Dino Lamb makes an important tackle, having got back into the line a little bit late. To the short side they go, Sarries. And over the ball goes Levis.
Unlucky, knock on, good steal.
Affected the turnover and then was busy looking at the ref,
it's a really good
waiting for the decision.
The
and as he did so, fumbled it.
Better again from Saracens, wasn't it? A little bit more like they were in the first 15 minutes or so. Loads of time. Braddock's good. No one in front of him in that landing zone. Hugo and I have been arguing about. But then, lovely bit of footwork, but the delay of the pass. It's so often just a slight delay on a pass that forces defenders to overrun things and opens up a dog leg or a gap. Ben Earl swerves his line around Anyanwu. And then that is really nice play, but again, every time they get any sort of momentum, Harlequins, there's just a little bit of good play from the back row of Saracens. There's good play from the back row of Harlequins.
Tompkins probing through that 10-12 channel. He's done really well. Muscles his way to the 22. Here's Tizard, banged over by Smith. Lazowski to Good. Earl again.
The ball is there, it's right there, he's doing his very best.
Willis again. And Chisholm comes in with a really powerful tackle.
Not with him there.
Tompkins, Tizard. It was a really good performance for Quins against Sarries that first alerted them to his talents. Working it wide, Sarries. Earl again.
Tackle!
Heading towards double figures on the phase front here. Patient stuff. Reece Carey. Saw him galloping in the long grass a week ago at the Stonex. Tompkins. Once again getting a lot further through the contact zone, and you might think Lazowski to Jamie George, running out of space, and well marshalled by Nick David. Space, and well marshalled by Nick David.
Marcus Smith celebrating that hard. I felt he got taken far too far past the breakdown by Elliot Daly there, just off camera. But You've got to be impressed with Harlequins' defensive effort so far, because Saracens haven't been bad in attack.
Can I ask you to step out, please?
They've been really confrontational, but at the moment, although at times it's creeped, Harlequins doing a really good job of staying solid.
You can see it there in terms of the red zone. It's a game which I wasn't fully expecting. We know the basis of everything Saracens do really well is defence. But because the trend that we've seen in the Gallagher Premiership has been all about tries, and these two teams out here have some brilliant try scorers, a huge amount of creativity, but it's been defence. Defence has been on top today.
It's been the big work on for a few years now, hasn't it? The defence for Quins. Previously it was Jordan Turner-Hall who was in charge. Prior to that, Jerry Flannery was in charge, and with teams that love to play the way that they do, as we see Jason Gilmore in charge now, far left of your screen, it's an issue. We talked about it yesterday at Kingsholm with the way George Skivington's trying to get Gloucester to play. If you want to be ready for any possible opportunity on the counter particularly, you need to have enough security in your defence to do that, but it's a very delicate balance, Hughes.
Yeah, so many times last year Harlequins needed to score 6 or 7 tries to win a match because their defence was so porous. We see the best example of it is Northampton. The season before, their defence was okay, but there was a 30% increase in their defence.
And they won the league.
Simple.
And yet, Harlequins won the league with the worst defence a couple of years back.
That goes back to the point I was making at the beginning, that now everyone else is starting to play like Harlequins, and that everyone else's attack has got so much better. If Harlequins don't match what everyone else is doing with their defence, then they're going to get left behind.
Porter's clearance and a little bit of relief for Quins.
Kick chase, which is all totally legal, but the things that I'd like to see just freshen up a little bit. We've got a nice line here from Saracens who do their very best, and I would want this if I was a winger. But when there is no intention to challenge for the ball and just block it off, let's get rid of it. Let's get more of a competition.
Very hard thing to bring into law, you'd think, as Ben Earl races off on another little excursion. Reece Carey. Willis. Once more, Chisholm with the tackle. Jamie George now working those feet, running into Jack Walker.
Away now.
Trying to ensure that all of this pressure and territory is converted somehow or other. Normally, an area of great expertise from Saracens. Jamie George again, back into the traffic. Burke to Willis again, 2 there to meet him. Walker and Baxter bring him down. Lazowski, and then the variety, across comes Halfpenny. And driven into touch by Elliot Daly, who has another little dart afterwards, looking for the ball.
Great kick, lovely weight, well defended, really nice attack actually. From Saracens, what I've not quite seen is variety. We see it with Tom Willis on this point. He's a big, strong fella. Bang, gets dealt with, not back. So then Saracens realising, having not gone anywhere for a little while, may need to show something slightly different. That gives them a great foundation now to be able to go to their set piece. Variety in attack will give you opportunities.
Ezekwe's line-out ball.
More in 5.
And it's with Jamie George. Try against the Chiefs last week. And around about 10 metres out from the try line here.
Stay there.
Thinking about it. A little bit reluctant to hand that away to Ivan Foncel. Oh, not too many options. How well did he do to get that away? Dab forwards by Burke, and across comes Halfpenny. Importantly, goes to ground beyond the try line, so Quins have the option to clear from here.
I tell you what, Saracens got a fair few long-limbed lads, haven't they? The likes of Maritoji, Nick Ezekwe. This is a massive kick now for Will Porter. First of all, has to go to touch. And that's a brilliant touch.
Outstanding, taken quickly by Good. Here's Daly. Skips inside, and Yanwu's got to chase on here. Daly still moving.
Great tackle from Baxter.
Willis now, bringing the dynamism and the energy. And over the ball goes, and Yanwu has to give up the contest. I think that might have... Is that a knock-on advantage, or no, it's a full-scale penalty?
Lying on the rock on his belly, playing the ball. 12.
Well, if you kick the ball off the field, sometimes you have to sacrifice a little bit of meterage to make sure the opposition can't take a quick throw in, but really good from Good to get it to Daly. And how about this tackle from Finn Baxter, isolated on his own against a very elusive runner. Great work rate from a prop. Now he's going to have to do his bread and butter and hold out from another 5 metre.
He's some player, this, isn't he? Finn Baxter. He seems to have all the tools, equipped himself so well on the summer tour of New Zealand at Loosehead. Scrummaging's top-notch, lovely soft hands, brilliant defensively. He's got it all. To the tail they go, to Ezekwe they go, and this looks more promising for Sarries. Heads up, Walker and Smith. Tompkins arrives.
Number 6 is bound in.
Dino Lamb trying to get through to that ball, but in doing so he's trying to crack the gaps between the bind. He's caused enough of a problem.
Lazowski. A bit of width out there. Halfpenny's calling for support defensively, but it's still there for Sarries. George to Earl, and Earl just might take things on himself. Tompkins. That's more barrelling tackle. 5 metres out, and Harlequins rewarded for all their endeavour at the breakdown. Jack Cunningham sticking his head where it hurts.
There's an air of inevitability to that penalty, wasn't it? You could feel it coming, and the game has shifted into that sort of game. Harlequins, almost like those amazing Scotland performances where you're throwing everything at them, but constantly they are coming up with big plays at breakdowns and you can't get any momentum in the game. Saracens, with all their possession and how they've played, should be ahead going in at half-time. But the bravery of Quins' defence and that rearguard action has been absolutely superb, and it's starting to become a little bit of a story in itself.
They should be up because of the possession and the opportunities, but they shouldn't because of how one-dimensional I think Saracens have been in their attack. No tip plays, it's just been carry after carry, one-pass plays, and currently Harlequins are dealing with that.
Down from 10, please.
Last few moments of the first half, and Dino Lamb, has he secured the ball? No, he's lost it, no.
Thrown across.
We have an infringement at the line-out, which lets them off the hook, because that was a little scruffy.
Marcus, that's half-time if you want it.
That was Itoji's interference there, which Christoph Ridley took issue with.
They're going to play. He's not going to tap this. They want one more shot.
And he's given that as much as he dare, Marcus Smith. Good expression of intent. Easy to just tap it and knock it out, get into the sheds, but they want to play.
Why not?
They want to make the most of some sort of advantage here. They're in the right area of the field. Crowds are right in behind them.
Over 15.
Cunningham, space. Opens up nicely. Porter tears towards the line. Support arriving. And Yanwu could do with some help here. Smith is there or thereabouts, but he's still moving on Yanwu. Chisholm sizing up these opportunities. Herbst goes to grounds. And one by one they carry towards the line. Desperation in the faces of all those wearing white. Deep into the red. Jack Walker for Quins. Earl having a dabble. In comes Finn Baxter.
Just placed his hand on the ball.
Here he is again, Baxter, looking for that extra drive. Find that extra half metre. Once more they go close to the line, and they're being dragged over the line by the Saracens defenders. and they are held up.
That's a poor last carry, because he was short of the line, and then he continued with his leg drive and allowed himself to be held up.
Well, a brilliant finish to a really compelling 40 minutes. Finn Baxter's score is separating them at the moment, and there is a look of a little bit of concern on the faces of the Saracens players. They've been so dominant in this fixture. They've won the last 8 against Quins. It is high time the home side bit back. They're in the process of doing that. Half-time at the Stoop. Quins 7, Saracens 0. Well, there are no further changes made by Saracens. Of course, they lost Andy Onyama Christie. They lost Juan Martin Gonzalez as well. So Tom Willis and Hugh Tizard joined us in that first period. So they've had their fair share of disruption already this afternoon, Sarries. But goodness, how well have this lot played. Quins totally committed. Jack Cunningham, the man in your screen right now, has made no fewer than 17 tackles, and the back row in total, Ben, have made 41.
It's unbelievable.
Of Harlequins' total of 121.
Yeah, you got Finn Baxter on 11 tackles as well. Ernie Herbst, 10 tackles. Look at that. All the top tacklers in the game are in that Harlequins pack. They have worked their socks off, and they've come up with a result. They'll hope to do a bit less tackling in the second half, I'd imagine, because that does wear you, does tire you out, though they do have some decent reinforcements on the bench. Chandler Cunningham South and Will Evans still there. 7-0 the scoreline. A rarity that you see that big fat 0 next to Saracens at half-time. Almost a year since they were nilled at half-time in the Premiership. Saints back in last December. And Sale does well to get this away. Halfpenny, who's had quite an interesting time of it at the back for Quins today, takes that well. And here's Lamos Satelli, who's renewing friendships this afternoon, having spent a few years with Sarries, of course. Very impressive showing from the 2 locks for Quins. Herbst and Levis today. Chisholm similarly super industrious. Tom Willis took a big bang at that initial breakdown. He's back on his feet now.
Holding front.
Smith, the line speed not quite as voracious as it was in the early part of that first half. One diffused by Alex Good. And there's Willis again, spotting a metre or 2 in which to run, and Carey driven to the ground by Yanwu, showing up really well today as well.
Wait.
3 in the backfield. Halfpenny is actually having a hard time getting through all the escorts who are wearing the same shirt as him.
Oh, good from Willis there.
Burke caught by Smith.
Not on the ball.
Not too many numbers committed to that breakdown from Quins. Tompkins wrestles his way onwards. Over the top goes Cunningham.
Not over the top, please.
Not too far away. Once again, Tom Willis on the carry. Daly chasing hard. And Halfpenny, very, very good this time.
9 use. Step, Mara, step. Thank you.
We're in this part of the game at the moment where you have to keep your discipline tactically. Lots of kicking, lots of decent chasing, lots of decent aerial skills. But Saracens and Harlequins aren't going to relent from this. The first one to make a mistake will get that decent chase to try and get the ball back. Will end up breaking up and opening up this field.
Yeah, that's the reason we're seeing all this kicking in the middle third.
Yeah.
Just waiting for that error.
Tell you
By Daly. And Willis is onto it. He seems to be everywhere. There must be about 3 of him out there this afternoon. Burke to Tompkins. And a rare touch for Tobias Elliott. He's not seen much of the ball so far today. And now dropping on it is Anyanwu for Quins, and they've got the turnover.
Well, if they're urgent, they can move to the width here. However, slightly laboured in their ability to be able to resource that, so we'll go back to this kick strategy once again.
Use it. Contest.
Nick-a-Ziquin.
Tackle there, leave it. Away, Steph, please. Thank you. Use it.
Same old theme. Kinsale. And Halfpenny. Has that gone forwards from Halfpenny? No, it's not. Backwards off Saracens, says the ref. And here's Burke. And Yanwu's tackle. Got it. And the ball squirts out on the Quins side.
You can't use your hands there.
Walker's lying in the way, which is why Christoph Ridley said that turnover happened.
Got rights to the ball, not 13.
Just see what they're going to do here. But I just wanted to have a look at Elliot Daly, and kicking game in that middle third of the field is so important, but it's only, your kicking game is only as good as those chasing it. Yes, the hang time's got to be perfect.
Corner, go for it.
Just watch Daly here on the first one. Watch his line, how he gets through the traffic that Ugo was talking about. Cuts through, nearly gets it, puts big pressure on. Then he runs back because the ball's coming back. Watch it, he's on the left-hand side of your screen now. He runs a really good blocking line himself, runs that protection, and then he gets one more shot. High kick, same line again. This time he gets in there, gets a hand, makes Halfpenny life hell.
Well, it's an unbelievable kick from Fergus Burke that has set up this position for Saracens. He went for broke, he went for the corner flag, and he's given his pack every chance from here.
That's the Sarries player to ground. 7th
time they've been into the 22, ball in hand. Here goes Lasovsky. Another excellent tackle, that time from Oscar Beard. Kinsale putting a bit of width on it. Daly drawing the men. Looking to slip that ball away to Elliott, who has to go and clear out. Still there for Sarries. On the bounce, saw the knock-on.
The knock-on.
Playing with the advantage then, Saracens. Burke arriving.
Advantage for knock-on. That's backwards.
And Halfpenny onto it.
No
and back we come for the Quins knock-on.
That's good attack from Saracens, but again, that Harlequins defence under pressure. Here's the kick, but look at the distance he's gets.
Knock on, scrum, Sarries.
Perfect nudge. And as they get to the corner, Halfpenny and Smith do really well here, because Halfpenny blocks off that pass. What Daly's trying to do is get outside of Smith and enough time to get that ball behind the back of Halfpenny, but he stays in that passing channel. And Porter again with a similar role, not committing too hard to the tackle, making sure he can get a hand on that offload.
Some further work for the medics out there on the field at the moment. Dino Lamb
Steph, is he ready?
Took a feral collision. I think that might have been off the back of that initial knock-on from Quins, actually.
There's nothing obvious, Christoph.
And TT Lamasatelli was taking a while to get to his feet as well.
I wonder what the strategy is on the back row replacements.
Okay, here we
when
go.
They're thinking of pre-match, if no one's injured, when they were thinking of throwing them in. Probably depends on how the game's going. Lamb's still out there.
I can applaud the desperation in defence has been very good. But in a game where Saracens are traditionally so astute, you cannot cling on. They've got to make better decisions in defence and actually then start implementing their attack. Because a position like this, Saracens end up slapping you in the face. Free kick now, they can't take the scrum.
Taken quickly by Earl. And they set up camp. Willis. In comes Kenningham. One more tackle to add to the tally. Hangs on to the ankles wisely. Itoje. Time for that Quins defence to provide the steal one more time. Ezekwe is dealt with by Jack Walker. Riccioni now for Saracens. They have put in a monumental shift. Quins defensively, can they hold out again? Willis, Burke, good goes wide, and the inside ball from Daly leaves Lazowski 5 short. Ronnie Maui has come on for Reece Carey at loosehead, powering towards the line.
Ball still in.
Again through the middle goes Willis. Look at the brute strength of the man. It's extraordinary what he's done there. Tizard now, against his former club, scores the try. Dragging his side back into contention. It's tied to the post. There should be 2 more to come. And Hugh Tizard wreathed in smiles at the stoop.
Yeah, it's another good finish, actually, that the damage caused by Tom Willis's carry, as you said, Ali. But when it finally comes, here's the Willis carry. Marcus Smith, his target initially, but then he has to go through Lamasatelli, Kenningham. But just watch here, Tizard doesn't go forward too quickly, and that forces the extra step from Chisholm, and he realises he can go over the top of him. If he goes and confronts Chisholm, tries to blast through him, then he probably gets stopped dead, but he just allows the Harlequins defender to come, and then he jumps over the top of him.
Lazowski with the conversion, 7 points apiece, 49 minutes gone, Hugo.
It's a very good try, isn't it? The Saracens don't, I mean, they absolutely deserve this, don't they? In terms of their territory, some of the quality, and to the point I was trying to make earlier, you cannot just keep on defending your 22 and expect to get away with it with that amount of power and that amount of quality.
Bringing you up close and personal from the in-goal area, and it's made life very, very interesting with half an hour to play. Tom Willis, you can see the athleticism of him as well, the acceleration from a standing start there, Ben.
Do you know what I think you can see, which is really, really important when you're talking about internationals and things? Pick players who are confident, and as the games have gone on, he's just looking more and more confident every time he gets the ball.
Kept hold of it.
Almost feels like he's in the zone, that he can just blast through anyone.
We'll have a word with Rob Webber in a moment. That's gone forwards from Ben Earl in the carry. And as a consequence, Quins will regain possession. Let's have a word then with Rob, who's now the assistant forwards coach. Rob, via Jersey and Chicago, of course. Great to have you back in the Premiership. What's your reading of where we are right now? We were talking in the first half, just wondering if there was a little bit of a one-dimensional play going on with Saracens. We're used to having so many shapes thrown at us by your side. It didn't seem to quite be there in the first 40.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, and I think that's probably because the credit to the Harlequins defence, and they were piling up the breakdown, and we weren't getting quick enough ball, which makes it really hard to do those shapes and attack with a bit more freedom. So that was definitely a message at half-time, yeah, for sure. And
great to get the score from Hugh Tizard. Talk us through the disruption. Obviously, we're terribly sorry about Andy Onyama Christie and Juan Martin Gonzalez too. Your back row been heavily disrupted.
Yeah, they have, yeah, and it'll be a test for us going forward, but you know, we try to practice for these things and these permutations, and the lads will have to dig in and get their heads around it, and all hands on deck.
Brilliant to talk to you, Rob. Thanks so much for your time.
Cheers, thanks very much.
Quins on the attack here, and Chisholm feeding Kenningham as they head towards that 22. Herbst taking man and ball. Itoji's wound up with possession here as a consequence. Straight out of one breadbasket and into another.
Lost now. That's advantage over Sarries.
Because attack hasn't been all that fluid between both sides, we have seen a lot of kicking just to try and disrupt it. That one's gone a little bit longer.
Is Murley. Just for a minute, thought the space had opened up. Smith might find it. Keeps it alive. Porter's running a beautiful line. He's got options here. And Yanwu on the outside. Pins his ears back and scores for Quins.
All good.
That's what they can do when they're in the mood and there's a tiny chink of light. they tend to make the most of it. Marcus Smith, the catalyst, and Yanwu, the try scorer.
Well, this is typical Harlequins. Disrupted turnover ball, the kick's a little bit too long, too much time on it for Murley. He finds the catalyst eventually by driving through the middle, and Smith sweeps round. Daly flies out of the line, but that Harlequins defensive line all drifting across, which is absolutely what Marcus Smith wants. He goes hard back against the grain, and then once they're in behind, then they can go back outside to where all those lumbering Saracens forwards have been lost. It is, as Hugo was saying, you know what's coming from Saracens, but equally, you're expecting something like that from Harlequins.
Lennox on Yanwu, who has been given first dibs, I suppose, on filling the shoes left by Andre Esterhuizen, as we see the removal of another South African in Stefan Levis. I hope that's not a rib injury. Looks a little uncomfortable. That will prompt the arrival of Joe Launchbury. Marcus Smith assumes the captaincy and drags Harlequins 14 points to 7 clear.
It's a quality finish in a game that has been so tight and so cagey, dominated a lot by kicking and physicality. The rare opportunity for the game to break up. Gorgeous pass from Porter, and then Yanwu with a big fend and a big finish for Harlequins.
Celebrations all around the ground, young and old, and a feather in the cap for Nick Evans, the attack coach.
Okay, time on.
He knows what his charges are capable of. Just a question of being given that opportunity. So, Levis off, Launchbury on.
Just having a look at the last try, sometimes you just got to understand when you can put pressure in defence. Elliot Daly, he's a gorgeous defender. You see him on this occasion, he gets right up. He forces Marcus Smith in the inside to where the hole is, and then it's just about Porter finding the space and Yanwu. For me, Elliot Daly, when you're down to numbers, take your medicine, sit back, he gets up, and you put Marcus Smith under pressure. Well, he creates moments like that.
But that's exactly what Rob Webber was talking about in terms of the importance of quick ball, because the usual Saracens defensive strategy is for that last man to come up hard. But if no one else is in position, as the forwards were struggling there, and you do it, you literally hang everyone else out to dry. So that's a slightly slower delivery from the breakdown, and that probably works. Lovely handling from Saracens. That was special. Daly keeps it alive. This is the new man, Theo Dan, who's come on for Jamie George at hooker. An embarrassment of riches for Saracens. Burke, Sarries, you can tell, just trying to crank the gears here. And that's gone forward, so they're pressing, they're pushing, and they're trying, but they're also arguing. Oh, it was a good decision. It was a knock-on, but he was in front, Tompkins. So he picked it up from an offside position. Absolutely the right decision.
We've seen that wasn't so great, but this last bit, this is sexy, isn't it? Look at this. Hands, the timing, the movement, freeing up that last person, trying to create space for Elliot Daly. That's what Saracens are at when they're at their very best. And in the last 30 seconds, which led to that penalty, not so great, but almost been quite indicative of this match.
Well, they're having to find something, aren't they? They're having to search, and if it's been true, even through all the glory years of Saracens, you want to put them under pressure, stating the bleeding obvious, but you have to get a lead. You have to make them chase. Ask them questions that they don't want to answer. They are such good front runners. You let them get ahead, you very rarely reel them in. Quins have their lead, and they have a punch forward thanks to their try scorer and Yanwu. That's gone backwards, I think. No, it's gone forwards in the eyes of Christophe Ridley. Marcus Smith is challenging that decision briefly.
They're slightly lucky to get away with just a I think there was a croc roll on Tompkins. Tompkins about to leave the field, not because of injury, I don't think. I think it's just a change.
Time's off anyway, just for the sub.
So a scrum's probably a good result for Quins.
Lucio Cinti is back with us from the Rugby Championship.
Impossible position for me.
And he's on the field now for Nick Tompkins.
Okay, let's go.
In the midfield.
He's Martin.
He's class, Ali.
Let's go.
He is rangy. Theo Dan, not so rangy. Very powerful, mind you.
Same control
got some options off the bench for sure.
Same control on
Theo
both
Dan,
balls.
one of the most dynamic, explosive players in the English game. Lucio Cinti, very dangerous runner, who's enjoyed a fabulous time of it with the Pumas in the Rugby Championship. Argentina, just another of those sides you'll be able to see through November in the Autumn International Series, live on TNT Sports and Discovery Plus. Willis, Burke, good territory. th Premiership appearance this afternoon for Sarries. He's fourth now.
Very powerful, mind you.
Same control
got some
on
options
both
off the bench for sure.
Same control on
Theo
both
Dan,
balls.
one of the most dynamic, explosive players in the English game. Lucio Cinti, very dangerous runner, who's enjoyed a fabulous time of it with the Pumas in the Rugby Championship. Argentina, just another of those sides you'll be able to see through November in the Autumn International Series, live on TNT Sports and Discovery Plus. Willis, Burke, good territory. th Premiership appearance this afternoon for Sarries. He's fourth now on the all-time list of the league, passing Alex Waller. Still trucking, age 36. Looks like he could go another 3 or 4 years, Hugo.
Yeah, I reckon so. When people talk about players with time, he has it. And you wonder why. It's because of their skill set. His skill set and his brain allows him to be able to take an extra step, make really good, consistent decisions.
He's remarkable as well at his capacity to avoid heavy contact.
That is brilliant from Elliott.
Fantastic strength from the youngster. Burke, Lazowski, you can just see Sarries looking to whip through the gears. Daly chips over Halfpenny, testing one for Smith. What footwork. Caught though by Lazowski. And the counter ruck is strong. Here's Launchbury.
Use it! No.
Porter's clearance. Here's a strong one. He was looking for a little bit more distance than that. Arms outstretched.
2, 3 and 6. 2, 3 and 6.
Changes being made, particularly in the front row for Harlequins. Lamasatelli off on the tight head. Dylan Lewis on. Jack Walker making way for Nathan Jabulu. And Dino Lamb is off. Will Evans is on in his place. So a twin jackal threat now from Quins of Evans and Kenningham. Saracens, though, importantly, on the ball and looking dangerous. Here's Elliott, round the outside of Halfpenny, skinned him.
He's been put
Yanwu being bundled away, and Theo Dan making strides.
Not now.
Burke to Riccioni. Kenningham desperately trying to get a read on
He's miles away.
the breakdown and a sniff of a turnover. This is Ironi Maui.
Leave it! Not on his feet.
Lazowski, good, hid himself well. Clatters into the 22 again.
Not now, Will. Leave the 9.
Dan. Willis is caught by Launchbury. Burke heading back to that slightly bigger open side now. Earl again. Once more. Defensively strong from Quins. Ready for the threats coming. Theo Dan, so powerful in contact. Lazowski waiting to release Cinti, but again there are 2 Harlequins there to meet him. And they're back on that 22. A lot of possession. Not a great deal of punch to this point yet. Burke, Dan, Daly, good. Now then, options. Elliott in space. Halfpenny in to compete and has to back away. Tizard, oh, that's gone forwards as they try to release Hugh Tizard down the right flank.
Another amazing rearguard action by Harlequins, but this guy is starting to come into the game. We saw him bounce off Murley earlier on. How about this to get round Halfpenny? Stands him up by coming inside and then drifting round.
First thing I ask is that your 9 doesn't dive all over those players.
They find him in the outside again.
If he doesn't dive on them,
the more they can get the ball into the hands of this young man.
He's choosing to jump on top of him.
You feel that is a real point of difference. Razor sharp. What a launch pad into the Premiership he's had.
Well, talking to Mark McCall, talking to Phil Morrow, they credit Ampthill with a huge amount for his development in the Championship. Toughened him up, got game time, really important game time, and they're kind of using that club in the way that we all thought the Championship clubs might be used a few years ago, almost like a buddy system.
Young kids need to play rugby. You look at the crop of under-20s that won the Junior World Cup, they have to play. They've got to be exposed to senior rugby, miles on the clock, understand what it is. And a year away playing in various different positions has enabled him, has acted as an incubator for his development. And I am so impressed with him. He has the style of rugby and plays a style of game that I think suits him to international. I'm not saying cap him in November, but he's of that mould where you can see it.
What I loved about that little break on Halfpenny there, and that's Lee Halfpenny we're talking about. All that international experience, British and Irish Lion. But it wasn't just he got the ball and then used his skills and his talent. He set him up, he brought him inside, and then he drifted out. Really smart play.
Favour Boso's quite good, Gabriel Obertoy's quite good, Tommy Freeman's quite good.
Brown Bampo, 2 tries yesterday.
Slight Holmes quite decent. There's a few of them.
There are some options for sure.
Just look at back foot, man.
It's just interesting the way they're using the Ampthill connection. Saracens, you go, yours.
Having a look at Saracens attack, and it's doing the simple things really, really well. This is a lovely example of it. Look at Alex Good here. Hands in the air, just holds the defender and allows Alex Zozowski time on the ball. This line here from Sinti holds the defender. Give Alex Zozowski a bit of time and space. His timing of this pass, which puts Elliott Daly away, is so brilliant. Small details making big differences.
Big tackle from Will Evans on Ben Earl. And Saracens go to work again, trying to find that momentum. They're punching hard at the moment, but Quins staying strong defensively. Another fine tackle from Smith, and over the ball they go, but Launchbury's gone beyond the ball. In the eyes of Christoph Ridley.
Straight onto the ball, please.
Eyes straight up to the big screen. He wants to see the replay. I think the ref's right, isn't he? Doesn't he get a hand on it? Yeah, he's absolutely spot on.
That's a fraction of a second.
Yeah, but you still can't do it. You can't put your hands on the floor.
True, very true.
Shot called.
I'll tell you something though, Quins and defensively, it is tight, you're right, by letter of the law.
The thing is, he's right as well, because Launchbury, to get that low, his feet go a long way back. So he set himself by putting the weight through his hands. I think that's a really good decision. It's not popular here, and I'll probably get lynched on the way out, but I think it's a really good decision.
Have you heard the booing from the Twickenham crowd?
would be something to get lynched in West London, wouldn't it?
So Lazowski from range. It's a clean strike, but it's wide. And the jeers ring out. 14 points to 7, the score remains. And 16 minutes to play. Chandler Cunningham South about to arrive.
Is that done?
Off comes Chisholm. And a big roar for a big performance from the number 8. And the excitement levels raised by Cunningham South's appearance.
Good kick.
Halfpenny.
Timing's good.
Hit hard in the challenge. Tom Willis was there to meet him, but always with his eyes on the ball. Here's Baxter.
Good work, thank you. Use it.
McDavid after this, and the escort runners providing a clear passage for Alex Goods, and over it goes Jabulu for a really important turnover for Harlequins.
He's actually late to get in position, but accelerates. It's a very good kick and a quality competition.
Max, what are we doing?
But this is the danger when you are ahead of the ball trying to block. It means if you do get decent competition, you're late for the clearer, and Jabulu wins a very precious penalty for Quins.
He was really upset with the referee before. Jabulu thought he had one. The referee didn't reward him, so he is a very, very dangerous threat in that jackal role. You mentioned about twin jackal threat of Kenningham and Will Evans. I think it's a triple.
And here he is, poised on the Saracens 22. Kenningham rises. It's with Will Evans, who was caught.
Ball's there, leave it. It's a tackle. That's your own player's trapping.
Important moments these, needless to say. Harlequins for so long coming out second best in these contests have a real opportunity today. Oscar Beard with the leg drive. Lazowski with the tackle. Baxter, look at the hands. Immaculate for Kenningham. Smith, little shake of the hips. Similarly from Nick David. Big shot from Hugh Tizard. Sarries think they've got it. They do.
How quick, really how good, how dynamic was that from Maui?
Tackler's a long way away, no impact.
Just how far he has to reach as well. He's miles away from the ball.
That's brilliant, very good.
Just look how far he has to reach. It's a really good placement from David through his legs. He goes long on him, drags the ball back towards his side. The referee rewards him.
That was really high class from Eroni Maui, the Fijian who only made his first appearance of the season last week against the Chiefs.
Number 3.
Really developed on the scrummaging front, just displaying the threat in the loose too. So back to halfway. Riccioni off, Alec Clary on to the tight head, wearing 18 for Sarries, and involved in the lift for Maro Itoje. Daly, sharp angle. Will Evans is there. Tizard into Cunningham South, who drives him back. Burke lying deep.
Hold.
Sends it up for Elliott at high speed.
Contest,
great contest for the ball. Halfpenny's come up with it.
There is no issue there. That's just a brilliant high-quality contest.
And there was never any question that Elliott was going for the ball.
Oh, eyes on the ball. He's got hands to the ball. Once again, those ferocious cheers just reverberating around the stoop.
Thank you.
I'm not sure how Christoph Ridley can focus, actually.
It's just a very polite part of the world, Hugo. You would know that as a resident. Quins looking for it. They have it. Turnover ball.
See what comes.
And Yanwu skipping past Ben Earl. And just potentially taken out a little bit late by Ezekiel. And maybe some cramp setting in.
Great service from Will Porter. He even got a little calf massage in there as well as the stretch.
Will Evans, he is different class, isn't he? That's excellent. That's play on for me.
Halfpenny does really well to hold on to that, doesn't he?
But it's this is the type of contest I want to see more of. I want to see two brilliant athletes in the air with a fair chance of being able to catch the ball without people trying to get involved. This is it. It's the 1v1. We love 1v1s. Elliot versus Halfpenny. That, for me, is first class. No one else messing it up, loitering, get out of the way. Anyway, do you want to subscribe to my TED Talks?
Yeah. And another thing.
Now he goes straight to ball.
Correct.
What else are you upset about, Hugo? Get it off your chest. Now's the time.
The VAT added to private school fees?
Don't like that.
No. Not me.
Let's not
Ben
go
was
there.
talking about it earlier.
Well, if you have 15 children, that is a problem. So we've got 11 minutes
Okay, he'll be back in the game
for Harlequins to try to see this through.
Finishing up, so can we take the kick?
8
Holding.
matches on the trot they've lost to Saracens in the Premiership. It was pre-COVID the last time they registered a win. 1,722 days. It's a very, very, very long time. And Joe Marler will know more than anybody just how they go about closing this deal.
And number 12. 12 is going to come up.
Off comes Finn Baxter. Try scorer today and a high-class performance.
Are you just waiting for 12?
Rather more concerningly is Lennox Onyanwu making his way rather gingerly to the touchline.
I think that's cramp, though. He was getting treatment from Will Porter, of all people, for his cramp.
Cunningham South has the...
Can't push it back. I don't know, maybe he did have it. He did have it.
That's a terrible decision. Ben Ells won that ball.
Yeah, you're right.
I think that's a brilliant piece of skill that's not been rewarded. Straight on the ball. By the time he's off his feet, he's in his possession. This is a tight game.
Oh, a tight game and a very, very big decision at this moment. 10 minutes to play, and this to take Quins beyond the converted try. Marcus Smith lining this up from, around about 10, 12 metres to the left-hand side of the posts.
Only got 9 seconds on the shot clock here, Marcus Smith.
He's got to get his skates on here. 3, 2. Oof. A little bit of drama, but not in the mind of Marcus Smith. Harlequins 10 points clear, 9 minutes to play. They are edging to the finish line. Not done yet, but they're close. Launch for his ball. Elliot and Ezekwe, part of the welcoming committee.
Use it!
Spoke about it right at the outset, but just that single win for Quins to this point over the Newcastle side that are struggling beyond struggle at the moment. Defeats to Sale and Saints, albeit by tight margins. This could be a real catalyst to their campaign, but Sarries on not quite finished here. That's backwards from Goods. Gareth Simpson's on at scrum half. Replaced Van Sale. Itoji throws the dummy. Good. Into Porter. Simpson away. Ezekwe. Early Herbst. One more tackle. He's been titanic this afternoon. Maui. Elliot hits that gap really hard. Beard backs away, but I wonder if he might have had a good crack at getting in there. Out it comes again.
If you're not sure, he's done the right thing there.
Itoji dumped over. Jack Cunningham making his presence felt. Here's Ezekwe again, wave after wave of Saracens' attack here. Simpson, Clary, here's Earl, and they keep running into this Quins brick wall.
Beyond the ball on
They do have a penalty though.
Off feet.
Tell you what a defensive effort this is.
Yourself.
Saracens throwing everything at them. Huge number of tackles having to be made by Harlequins. Kenningham now on 22.
And do you bang over the 3 here, Ben, and get within range?
What are we doing, lads?
Or do you keep pressing?
What are we doing, lads?
You take 3 if you're
7
Alex
on the clock.
Lozowski.
I think you do.
Fair point.
So,
Fair point.
interesting conversation at least, isn't it? Try and ride that momentum or bank your points with time to get it done.
Sometimes that message needs to come on from the sideline as well. Are you happy to potentially bank a draw from here with how the game's gone for you and how the beginning of the season's gone for you? Could be a little bit of a let-off from this situation. So, although they'll want to always win every game, sometimes the really good coaches and the really good leaders just sneaks through, make those tough decisions. Actually, we'll be happy with a draw from this position.
600 points up in the Premiership for Saracens. Alex Lozowski. The volume increasing, so too the tension and the drama. Brilliant finish to a brilliant weekend of derby matches across the Gallagher Premiership. Willis claiming it and shrugging off all comers. Remarkable ability in very close confines to find space.
Use it. Let's take him back.
Not too many like him. Footwork is excellent, and the strength, obviously, we've seen many times today. Halfpenny again, supreme in the air. Launchbury. Smith. Eyes up. And forwards from Saracens. Cunningham South trying to make the most of it. Hits that 22-metre line. Porter gets it away. Nice handling in the midfield from Jabulu. Picked up by Beard. Kenningham lurking out wide. Launchbury taken low by Tizard. Quins happy to play their rugby down here for the time being. Marler on the carry.
He's on his feet.
Out with a foot problem until recently, but the ball has been stolen by Itoji. Big intervention from their most celebrated player. On they go, Sarries, knowing that time is against them. Maui just protecting that for a split second, allowing Willis to tidy up.
Willis made any ground there. Completely compromised.
Again to the air from Simpson. And Halfpenny having to come in quite a long way, and he's judged it beautifully.
Not held. No pull on the ball. Use it.
The weight on the Porter kick is good. It's there for Launchbury. Porter's onto it. Now then, what's on? Jared Evans throws 2 dummies, heads back infield. Earl is there, Itoji is there, and has he got his hands on it? He has, again.
I think that was a ruck before Itoji got his hands on the ball.
10 ceiling.
Well, he's saying Marcus Smith had gone off his feet to prevent Itoji getting there. Probably not, because Itoji goes off his feet first, then gets back up. It's a tight decision.
2.5 to go. What are the odds on a draw?
Short, I would say, probably. Knowing Saracens' capacity, knowing the belief that runs through their ranks.
For all how much amazing games we've had with high scoring, we've had games like this. You still need the odd one of these, don't you? It's been brilliant.
Burke to Cincy. Another monstrous tackle. Oscar Beard with a pile driver. Earl still full of running. 78 minutes in. Theo Dan running the dummy line this time. Tizard again for Sarries. Burke running into trouble, running into Kenningham and Herbst, and they're holding him up, and they're affecting the choke tackle, and they've probably done enough here, Harlequins. Into touch he goes. That is a huge moment. Quins fans everywhere recognise it. It might be enough to finish the job here.
Nice and quick, Quins, let's go. Let's go.
I wonder whether...
Time off.
They might have preferred the scrum, though this will waste a bit more time. Clock's just stopped. They've got to get their line-out drill right, but what a game he's had.
Okay. Time back on, please.
Unreal noise. Heartfelt passion pouring down from the stands this afternoon. It's been so long since they've tasted victory over Saracens. It's within touching distance now. Jabulu wrestles it away from Hugh Tizard.
That's Quins to floor. Ball's there. Leave now. Marrow, leave. Don't touch him. No.
Quietly, they truck it up.
Use it.
Porter to Cunningham South. No interest really in moving forwards, just protection of the ball. Marlon does exactly that. 20 seconds to navigate for Quins. Porter pops it up once more, Cunningham South. Lays it up again. The instructions from Porter. You can feel the nerves, you can feel the tension. The countdown is on. Harlequins close. It's happened. It's finally happened. More than 1,700 days of waiting. Quins have beaten Saracens in the Premiership. 4 years of hurt. And here on this Sunday afternoon in southwest London, these men have done it. Heroic stuff. Hugo, who's your man of the match?
It's been an extraordinary game, in a game which Tom Willis doesn't deserve to be on the losing side. The likes of Jack Kenningham, exceptional. In fact, the Harlequins pack put in some shift. Lee Halfpenny in the air. But for me, the Gallagher Premiership man of the match is that fella on your screen, Finn Baxter. Scored a try, a boatload of tackles, his work in attack as well. He looks like a complete player, our Gallagher Premiership player of the match.
Well, we're so often talking about the attacking brilliance of Quins, and there were moments of that, of course, but this was founded on defence. 205 tackles made, and Saracens beaten for the first time this season. Harlequins winners by 17 points to 10, Craig. Branded as the showdown. Smoke hanging heavy in the air. Always the whiff of cordite when these two lock horns. The animosity is real, the history between them keenly felt. And remember, Quins produced an epic display to beat Saracens in round 4 at the Stoop, and that sits squarely at the forefront of Saracens' minds. And it's they who will kick off through Fergus Burke. Spent his last few weeks, of course, in the Scotland camp.
And use it, please.
Porter at the base with plenty of protection from that extended caterpillar. It's gone very high, not terribly far, taken in by Elliott, and Sarries want to find the width. Tompkins to Shegan. Fazale. Tompkins, quick handling. Gonzalez. Maro Itoje, provider this time. Burke, Daly over the top, floats it. Oh, just forwards. Adam Leal was in prime position to spot that.
It's a good start, isn't it? Turnover ball on the kick, they go wide immediately, and that does certainly come out forward. Just has a hesitation, gets slightly closer. As a result, just rushes that
for now. We'll
pass.
see how he is.
It's going to be a good battle as well, isn't it?
So we'll carry on.
On this side of the field.
I've not been told
David's
so
quick,
we'll carry on
but
for
I'm
now.
not sure he's got the pace to look after Elliott. He's been in great form this season.
He's going to have to do it with one eye.
I think maybe he just got a little heel up, didn't he, when he flicked his leg through.
Crouch!
David and Rodrigo Isgro on those two wings for Quins. No Caden Murley at the moment. Solidity in that set piece, and Porter looking to try potentially to squeeze out the penalty. Crossfield from Jared Evans. Up goes Daly, who has lost it one-handed, and Shagan doesn't have too many options, and then the flag is raised.
Get away with it, actually. Isgro was a little bit slow to react there. I'm not sure he knew that was going to be an option. Crossfield kick, but placement of the kick meant they could put real pressure on. Unfortunately for them,
just a straight boot, Adam. There was no
Harlequins have touched the ball on the way out, so Jamie George will get his first throw.
So Tyrone Green on for Nick David for the moment, while that is attended to. Green, man of the match in the last Premiership round against Northampton. Narrow victory at home. Up goes Gonzalez at the line out for Sarries. Jamie George, yet another milestone for him. 200th Premiership appearance here today. England's latest centurion, of course, on the test front.
And use it, please. Start on.
Van hangs this one up. Shagan chasing hard. Isgro watching carefully. Shagan got there first, actually.
Two players, both of them going for the ball on their feet.
It's presented by Walker.
And use it, please. Okay, use it, please. Everyone start on side. Take a little step.
Cagey battle of the middle third. Up goes Daly. Isgro got a hand on it, but it's fallen then for Van Sale, and here's Gonzalez. Van Sale again. Burke, that's wild, in behind the defence, and Elliott got a boot on it, but it's very scrappy from Saracens, and Dombrandt's looking to make the most of it for Quins. Oh, he's handed it to Van Sale. Long way to go, so threads it forwards. Elliott in a chase with Beard, and Beard is there first. 5 metres away from the Quins try line, and then sealing off at the ruck. Harlequins, Saracens with the penalty.
Might go.
Here they come.
He started onside.
Early and fast.
Advantage.
There's an advantage and a card on its way, as we can hear from Peter Allen. Saracens don't need to wait. It's Theo McFarland on his return. They have the first score of the afternoon here at Spurs, and it'll get worse from a Quins perspective as they go down to 14 men.
Oh, Dombrandt felt himself running towards the touchline. First thing Dombrandt does is really good. The bounce off on Elliott, but then just turns round. And then the kick ahead, they're onside there. Elliott goes past. Beard does really well to shape his body, but in trying to protect Beard, they all go off their feet. Referee said sealing off. And the speed, Jamie George desperate for the ball. Let's go. Lots of white shirts in and around. Weren't back 10. Yellow card was coming from the referee's assistant. Did they give the yellow card, or have they got away with that?
We haven't seen the yellow at this point. The conversion is good. Saracens lead by 7, and Theo McFarland has the first points.
Quins just in party mode, aren't they, already? Giving the ball away from Dombrandt. You give away the penalty, the last thing you do in the red zone is give the ball back so they can take a quick tap penalty. You fall on it, you make a meal of it. Because these Saracens boys, they're on the metal. They're alert, they're ready to go. If you're a Quins fan looking back at that, you're asking, wasn't there an accidental offside before it all? Before Dombrandt got the ball? Might feel a little bit hard done by there.
Well, in the process, and we do see this from time to time, when a try is scored, the previous indiscretions are forgotten about, and the yellow card seems to be a thing of of distant memory for the officials, so Sarries work their way upfield.
Okay. Jared, keep them back until my arms are down. Keep them back until my arms are down.
Jack Walker finds Joe Launchbury, and away it comes from Porter and Evans. Quick ball for Porter, that's loose from Wyn Jones. Straight off the palm of the hands, and the advantage handed immediately back to Sarries.
Yeah, this is the bit I was talking about, where if you're a Quins fan, you think, oh, hold on a sec, isn't this offside? I'm not sure who it was, it might have been Tompkins, but as it goes wide, he kicks it here off his foot and it hits him. That's offside. It's accidental, but it's still a scrum.
Appreciate the patience.
So if you're a Quins fan, you're thinking, hold on a sec, he's kicked it forward. It's accidental, it's not a penalty, but you can't then play on. There's no advantage gained for Quins for me.
Yep, fair. Or not fair, as the case may be.
Crouch!
Some good old battles in that front row as well here this afternoon. Titi Lamossatelli on the tight head for Harlequins. He'll have to wait before he locks horns with Ronnie Maui. Lamossatelli, a long-time Saracen, of course. 5 years with the club, 3 Premiership titles.
Big pressure on Halfpenny here. They have to take this cleanly. They're on the ropes a little bit, Quins.
Burke sent it up and measured it beautifully. Halfpenny was there, but so too was the try scorer, McFarland.
A fullback that's had 15, 20 years of not being able to touch him in the air is now, in his final couple of years, just getting absolutely walloped on every high ball.
Porter's clearance is a good one. Well, McFarland's got the bit between his teeth, hasn't he?
Perfectly timed, wasn't it? As soon as that foot hits the ground.
Been out with a knee injury, so key as we know. Burke for Saracens. Here's Shegan trying to burst through the hole. Brought down just on that 22-metre line. Van Sale for Riccioni. Nice line cut by Maui. And Sarries looking very dangerous again. Itoje striding onwards. The ball kept alive, and an opening on that far side. Daly to McFarland. Little show of the ball. Drives himself. Quins on red alert. Here's Jamie George. Van Sale looks left, heads right to Tom Willis.
No hands, Rock, no hands! Rock first.
Itoje and Maui, and the ball dislodged, and Quins will have a look at it.
Well, knock on over the line on field. No.
Ben Waghorn resets the dial, always keen to...
Kicks on to the right side of the field, there's nobody back there.
Sees opportunity, yeah.
Bob.
Now Saracens get their defensive line in order. Van Sale heads out to that touchline. And Porter gets it away again. Worrying signs though for Quins already here, Ben.
They end up bombing the chance, but how sharp is this from Saracens' first phase play? Watch Elliot Daly's decoy line in the white boots. Bang! Holds that defender just long enough. That creates the outside break. Shegan can't quite get away. They nearly got to the line. Maui just spilled it.
That's a brilliant gather from Tizard at the line out. Van Sale did well. There was a suggestion of a knock-on as he took it in. The inside ball for Shegan here. And they're looking slick, Sarries, at this point. McFarland, Burke, to the way to Tompkins, but forwards. A bit of assistance from Luke Pearce.
He knocked on and it went into Nick Tompkins' legs. That's offside, even if it's accidental. They've gone the leg for a shit offside for me. But mate, I think we probably missed the ferry on that one. That was a long time ago, but I understand your point.
It's a knock on, isn't it? Gets away with it on that occasion. It's going their way, but like you said, Ali, they're playing some nice sharp stuff, angles all over the place, so they're buying eyeballs, getting people to turn in. Oscar Beard's having a difficult time with all the movement in his channel.
I do think it's a bit of both. So I think when they've had the ball, I'm allowing the same time for them to get out the way as I would you, but I'll keep it. They've had it a couple of times. I'll keep an eye on it.
Well, both skippers having fairly extended conversation with Adam Leal. Alex Dombrandt pointing out exactly what you'd spotted.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But Adam Leal now can't let that carry on and for them to be chatting to him every time. Right, you both had a little say at me, but let's not try and influence things.
Equally well, Alex Dombrandt, it's a smart move. It's got to be done. He's got to plant the idea in his mind that they've missed something quite significant there, and you'd have to be.
If he'd spotted it originally, you can guarantee he would have said something. So whether that message has come on from someone carrying a bottle of water or whether he's seen it on the big screen, I don't know.
They'll just be hoping for subliminally a little bit of levelling up at some point.
Okay, time on, please. Crouch! Bind! Set! Okay, play, wait.
Dombrandt, the referee, wants to see the ball used as Evans threads it on its way.
He's inside.
Daly, huge distance. Jared
outside then.
Sends
Quins
this up
out of 10. Work
for
out of the 10.
to chase. And Shegan palms it away for McFarlane. Fansale finds Burke. Space in the backfield, looking for the 50-22.
It's on, yeah.
The bounce is looking kind for Quins at this point. And it does roll all the way through the in-goal. Burke chasing hard. Always worth it.
Thankfully, Jared Evans gets up. This could have been very nasty. Fortunately, his studs didn't dig into the ground there.
Cheers, Colin.
Yeah, it's about 8 metres inside.
They've just had a scrum and back this angle of the field, haven't they? The scrum seems to be going pretty well for Quins. They've got a decent setup, so interesting to see. They've stacked everybody on that far side now. I'm surprised they don't give Beard a one-on-one go with Lazowski. Given the opportunity, maybe it's coming back now to this short side. You've gone to the right side. You didn't really make any ground. You were covered defensively. You were forced to put the kick in. So maybe fake to go that way and pass it back this way to Beard. Give him a one-on-one. Because he has got great feet. And outside him, he's got Green, who's also got fab feet. They've all got great feet, Ali.
Exceptional. They do, but I think Oscar Beard's is particularly exceptional.
Bind!
Maybe we'll get a chance to see it sooner rather than later. Once again, good, strong, solid possession from the scrum. Porter instead heading back to that right-hand side. Evans, Porter on the loop. That looked like it might have been floated forwards. Iskro is shackled by Shegan. Just feeling his shoulder after that challenge for Timmy Shegan.
Gambled.
Same time I blow the whistle, mate. Same time.
He sort of had to. He saw the ball rolling back.
Not out, still under the foot,
looking like it might go through the feet. Here's the little loop around play. Quite similar to the previous one, but this time Porter does get it.
Time off, please.
And then just the temptation here as the ball spills to just gamble that it's going to come flying out, but kept in well by that last player to arrive. Does a really good job of saving his team.
It does look like he's hurt, Shegan, as well. It's a very good tackle, that. Iskro was slide into the outside. He read it well.
Just clutching that left-hand side of his chest.
I wonder whether it's a pec injury rather than shoulder injury. He's struggling.
He just said it's gone.
Well, great opportunity here for Harlequins, you'd think. First time ball in hand in the opposition 22, and Kenningham has ensured that they have possession. Right in the heart of this drive. And Jamie George has done a good job. Jack Walker feeds it back, it spits out. Launchbury thought he was going to take care of it, but on they go through Evans. Porter. His forwards keep coming round the corner. Wyn Jones the next of them. Kenningham again, flattened by Gonzalez. Launchbury Trying to keep those legs pumping in contact. Again, it's loose and it's hacked clear.
On his feet and hooked it back.
Riccioni was first to that. And Isgro with lots to do here. Tyrone Green alongside him, caught in a couple of minds. Still, he's good enough to evade those initial defenders. Porter, halfpenny.
Porter stayed down slightly there.
Sarries now. No, don't play anyone there. Stay on here and use it.
Evans.
Tackle Sarries. Okay, not now, that's dead. Yeah, you're not on your feet now though, so leave it. And use it, please.
Sale jogging across to assist Daly in the backfield, but Daly puts his name on it, and Green goes up rather awkwardly. Looks like he might have been held in the air, but Harlequins have it. Lamasatelli to Jared Evans, and just not the angle that he was after, and Fonsale calls for the mark.
Shagan's desperate to get off the field. He was a complete passenger there.
I don't want you to wait. No, he's fine. Carry on.
Basically tucked his hand into his shorts. I don't think Harlequins spotted it, because as they swept back to that side, I thought he's in real trouble here. That's the tackle that's caused the injury.
Doesn't look good for him, does it?
Just be careful. If
Just
they ask me if that ball's out
two
there, it's got to be somewhere under
backs
the foot,
covering
right?
on the bench for Saracens, and Gareth Simpson, the scrum half, and Alex Good, who's just loosening off a little as we see Nick Davids return for Harlequins.
There's that collision in the air. I don't know if we'll get to see it in time.
Stop the game for 11.
Didn't look particularly good, did it?
Yeah, Good has taken off his yellow bib in anticipation. But Shagan, for the time being, remains on the field.
So you got to think Daly will move to the left wing there.
He's onside starting.
Porter. Daly, up goes Isgro, did well to get a hand on it. Itoje, though, tidies for Sarries.
Good effort. And use it, please. No! On the floor and then back. Be careful, please. Use it, please.
Halfpenny. Gathers, but has to gather two Saracens defenders almost immediately.
Use it, please.
Willis and Itoje up so fast.
Bob. Okay, use it, please, Will.
Once again, Daly waiting. It's carefully measured. Isgro has served notice of his aerial threat, and Jack Walker has done some sterling work here for Quins. Kenningham explodes into that gap. He might have dropped the ball on the way through.
He's in front of you.
And Sarries breathe again.
Good, Kenneth, harder. Good, harder. Okay.
When they changed the interpretation for the kick chase and everybody's got to get out of the way, make it a fair competition, I think what they didn't anticipate was how messy it was going to make the game. You just seen Isgro there, he's miles away from the ball, but he can jump with one hand, so he can get miles higher than the guy who's jumping behind Elliot Daly. So it's no longer really a fair contest, which is what they wanted.
One sec.
There's just simply no requirement for the chaser to catch the ball.
But his takeoff wasn't really up, it was all forward. He was running at full tilt, and he knew he was probably too far away, and all he thought was, I've just got to get my hand into the catching zone, just to put him off slightly.
But Timmy Shagan has come off now, as you will have seen, so Alex Good will come on at fullback, and Elliot Daly shifts out to the left wing.
Lee's lost a contact.
Getting well used to moving around that back line, Elliot Daly, fullback for England against Italy, on the wing against the Welsh. Scored that brilliant try, obviously, right at the death against the French, and he's put himself right in the frame for Lions selection all over again, hasn't he?
Talk about out of nowhere.
Okay.
And probably out of all the England backs, he probably had the best tournament along with Finn Smith.
Tommy Freeman wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Thanks, boys.
But at the start of the tournament, if you said to people, Elliot Daly's going to be playing in the back three in the last 3 games, you were like, why, who's injured? He was definitely there on merit.
5 Lions Test caps already, so Andy Farrell knows he's got class written all over him.
There's so much talent in that back three, though, potentially, isn't there? It would be a hell of an achievement if he went on another tour.
It would, but equally his versatility really aids that, because you could take him, stick him in the centres, stick him at fullback, stick him at wing. It's just having that sort of experience and with that sort of cover would be a huge positive.
Scrum penalty here to Quins on the Saracens put in, and this is one area that Harlequins feel they have the edge, and it's just bubbling over a little bit. Just a little flavour of Derby weekend right there.
Instead of coming talk to me, take control of your team, and then we'll have a conversation. Thank you, lads. Far side. I'll come and talk to you in a minute. It's not the right time.
Well, said, haven't we? A couple of scrums. They've just looked like they're starting to get an upper hand. Quins not got the reward they would have wanted. Don Brandt was told to use the ball from the base, but they needed something to give them a toehold into this game, and that big penalty there might very well do that. They like to go to that pick-and-go game from this sort of distance. Expect them to try and set up a maul or a little peel off the back and then go to the close-range game. Try and tie in that Saracens defence before they look to go wide.
Don Brandt with line-out possession. Quins looking to put the squeeze on.
Entry 7.
Driving through Waghorn, and Saracens have given up the penalty.
That's definitely, that second penalty was a lot worse than the first.
It was cynical, the second penalty from Maui.
Evans, manhandled by Itoje.
No hands, tacklers!
Playing with that advantage, Quins.
Still under advantage.
Hard yards at the moment, and that's not in
that's
from
the same.
The gate, is it? Very clearly not.
That's 2 cynicals from Maui. That's got to be a yellow card.
I don't think he's given the second one. It looked like he didn't come in directly behind the ball and sort of swung round a little bit, but the first one, that maul was just starting to get some traction going towards the line.
Are you happy?
Once more to the catch and drive. Sarah's needing to
I'm not a medic. I can't control that.
watch their discipline at this point. So close to their own try line, flirting with danger, flirting with cards.
Front's yours. More.
Up goes Levis.
No problem, access through the middle. It's fine, same more.
Once again, the same conundrum for Saracens. Tizard doing a one-man job, and now Quins launching.
No, Maro, don't go over the top. It's a ruck. He's driven right through the middle.
Big, strong counter-ruck from Itoje and Saracens, and they have the ball back. And Riccione has it, and then Evans comes off his feet. And Quins have come up empty-handed.
So we have an offside, and then number 7's on the ground now. Let's get things sorted.
It's a good
chat when he
counter-ruck, okay? Isn't it? Everyone switches off from Quins. People leave the breakdown, make that counter-ruck, and Evans does make the attempt to wrap his arms there. The referee said he was already down, I think. Also suggested he might have been offside, but maybe one of those tackles that looks worse than it actually was.
I'll always talk to you, but I'd like you to take control of your team, and then I'll have a good chat with you.
Spinell watching on. Just had a minor knee procedure, which has kept him out of action for this week, but not for too much longer than that, according to Saracens. We'll speak to Rob Webber in a moment or two.
Start on, please. Lovely.
He's part of the Saracens coaching setup. This one hangs in the air from Van Sale, and again, absolutely stunning gather.
First man on his feet won the ball.
Taken though by Sarries, who want to exert some authority here. Push forwards.
He's outside, lads.
By Lazowski, and Halfpenny tries to give it everything. Van Sale in the backfield. In comes Daly. And he's now looking for the 50-22.
Good work.
Nick David patched up. Oh, taking on Van Sale and Elliott. And looking to get around the outside of Gonzalez. Strong work from Nick David beyond halfway. Porter for Quins. Lamositeli, the former Saracen, enveloped by Tizard, the former Quinn. Kenningham.
Tackle, lads.
Held up by Tompkins. He's still fighting through the tackle zone.
Getting done a bit of the breakdown, Harlequins. Maybe not putting enough bodies in, and those who are there aren't quite doing that. Is exactly what Austin was talking about.
Alex Good beaten to the ball. Van Sale, some brave work. And he's done a fine job for Saracens there, just when Quins was sensing an opportunity. McFarland, the only try scorer to this point.
Use it, please. Start on, please. Half a step then, half a step.
Daly, eyes up. And,
backwards by Blacks to play.
In comes Iskro again, who's causing real problems in the air for Sarries.
Play on, no one gained an advantage.
Lamositeli holds it right back for Evans, and that was perhaps just a second or so too long on the delay.
Under your own man's body. Use it, please.
Kenningham. Oh, Launchbury not expecting that, does well to cling on. Pops it off the deck. And Beard searches for space.
OK, use it, please.
Did really well on the floor there, Beard, to shape his body and move the ball away from the threat of Maui before the reinforcements arrived.
Alex Good, again, they're being beaten to the ball in the backfield. Saracens, there is merit in this Quins kicking game, you feel. Jared Evans to Waghorn.
Thank you.
And that's gone out on the full. So let's bring in Rob Webber, part of the Saracens coaching setup. Rob, where do you see the balance of power at the moment? What do you want to see a little bit more of from your perspective?
I think, as you guys have been alluding to there, we probably need to try and sharpen up a little bit in the air. They're getting a lot of change out of their box kicks and their chase and winning the scraps on the floor, aren't they? So I'd like to see us improve a little bit there. But I think we've been really, really physical, put a lot of pressure on at the breakdown. Yeah, I think it's fairly even at the set piece at the moment. So it's a really good tussle out there, I think.
Yeah, what's your reading of the scrum? Just feels like Quins sense they might have a little edge there too.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see how we go, won't we? I can't see what happened on that far side when it went down on the other side there. So, but been happy on this side of the scrum. So, we'll have to see.
Lovely. Thanks for your time, Rob. Appreciate it. Halfpenny now trying to launch the counter for Quins. Porter gets it away. Iskro popping up. Big fan, powerful man.
Yes,
and the ball there loose, and Porter taking a little bit of extra time to get back. Jones makes one more strong counter ruck from Tompkins. This is an area that Saracens are beginning to profit in.
Gets up a little bit slowly from the tackle he made, Tompkins, but that sort of made him not look like a threat, and then the counter ruck came in, and it's those players that are there but just switching off. Just gets up. It's one of those where he can't even see the man. He's literally just stood up into him.
Just completely accidental. He's just stood up, bounced off.
Missed touch though.
Yeah. Oh dear, touch has been missed here. Going for too much.
So no foul play, yeah.
Correct.
On the kick towards the flag, and Luke Pearce confirming that. Let's have another look at this challenge here.
Once in a game, you know, you've switched off, lads, let's address that, but they just haven't addressed it. And you know you're going to get it from Harlequins. They've got some of the biggest noises around the breakdown. Maro Itoje, Tompkins is happy to put his head in there. You know Maui's a real pain around the breakdown, so you must have talked about it during the week, but if it's happening on the field, that has to be addressed by the leaders.
Crouch!
Do you have great admiration for fellow noses on the field?
Yes.
Bind!
Nothing more fun than ruining the game.
Set.
It's on the CV.
Okay, use it, please.
Dombrandt from the base, afforded quite a lot of space as well. Done really well to drive through the gain line to halfway. Porter, Kenningham, Evans. Now then, opportunity potentially. David hurtles into that hole, and he's still going strong. Saracens struggling to contain him. But then the ball is robbed, and it's gone forwards from Quins. And again, just when they're building, they've let themselves down.
It's the first time, really, they've made half a break. They've not beaten a defender yet. I think that's the first one, but they've got to start trying to find those shoulders on the outside. Zofsky does well there, because he's beaten in terms of the angle, but makes up the ground, makes the tackle. And they've just got to be tidier at the breakdown. They're getting destroyed there. They're actually having a lion's share of possession and territory, but they've got no control over their phase play.
If it's a problem, then we'll stop. We're winning the ball, though, yeah.
A little bit of extra patchwork required for Nick Davids. Maybe another headband.
I think the headband just slipped up, didn't it? Revealed the cut. Probably just trying to get him through to half-time.
He's looked really lively on the wing for Quins, and
You going to choose it here, or...?
those two wingers are causing a lot of trouble aerially in the backfield for Saracens, Austin.
Yeah, they are. I don't know if you've ever been cut on the field, Ali, but it tends to fill you with quite a lot of adrenaline. But it doesn't last for the whole game, so you come back on after the stitches or whatever, the glue or whatever, the staples they put in.
And a big crash.
And you feel like you're on fire for about 20 minutes, and all of a sudden you sit down at half-time and you're like, oh, I want to go home.
I think with your feet, I think they're counter-rucking past the ball, and then there's a natural tendency to end up there. But either side, that's fair enough, I'll keep an eye on it.
Well, we spoke a lot in the build-up about the selection policy of Danny Wilson this week. Marcus Smith having some time in the Florida sunshine. Cunningham South, Finn Baxter all left out. They've got to, just to clarify, got to give all the England players 1 week off across the next 3 weekends, inclusive of this one. So that was their choice. And, of course, they're away at the Rec next weekend, Quins, and then they go to Croke Park to take on Leinster in the Champions Cup round of 16. So those were the options, and they've chosen this week to give that little trio a breather. Better scrum this from Saracens, kind of waiting for the blast on the whistle, which does eventually come.
They could feel they had it, couldn't they? Big breather there for the Saracens front row. They've got together. Riccioni got some power back, and he could feel that. The referee was actually saying use it, but then they started moving, and as soon as you got them, he saw Riccioni look up at the referee after he'd popped his man and say, come on, you've got to reward that.
As a fine kick as well from Burke, putting Saracens inside the Quins 22.
Off the line.
Jamie George takes aim. Itoje saunters forwards, and up goes McFarland. Tizard releasing Willis, grappling with Jared Evans. Front foot ball for Saracens. Van Zyl, and a potential turnover here. Brilliant work from Evans. That was exceptional. Deep inside the 22, he's come up trumps. Lazowski.
50-20 is on.
Half penalty.
Outside. Work back, Quins, retire!
A lot of ground covered by Alex Good.
Yes, he is. Inside.
Nick David waiting.
It's broken field.
Eastgrow might like the look of that. Former Sevens player, of course, jabs it on its way, looking for a kindly bounce. Instead, it's Itoje's ball. That's a wild one for sure. Just a little scrappy, isn't it?
Guys, here's another. That's it.
Nothing there, Adam.
Will Evans with a huge turnover. They need some sort of little results at the breakdown, don't they? A little bit isolated. Evans straight in over the ball, wins that battle of the shoulders, gets down quicker than Willis can.
He and Kenningham, some of the very best in the business on the deck. As we know, the leaders on the turnover charts. His Beard throws the dummy, drives hard into Lazowski. Porter, Jared Evans, freeing up Nick David, and still Quins pull forwards, but it's gone forwards in the process.
Such a shame. The carry and the latch from Beard give you perfect platform. There's nothing defensively he can do. And then the little delay of the pass from Evans, he's trying to give that little lifted behind him to Isgro, but he just gets a hand across the ball as he's trying to get that offload out. The first pass is sensational, and there it's Willis who comes in, dislodges the ball as he's trying to do a little scissors move.
Trying to fit the pieces of the jigsaw puzzle together. It's not quite in Saints territory from last night, is it?
Please use it. Okay, my timing was
just failing to find the final piece.
Yeah, 3 visits now, no points, but look, before this game they were 4-1 with the bookmakers to win. They're only 7 points down with 6.5 minutes or so to go in this half. And you could say, apart from the 7 points, they've looked arguably the better side, apart from a couple of mistakes in key moments.
Set! Use it!
Once again, pressure coming on the Saracens 8, and work to do for Willis.
Step, please. And use it, please. And use it, please. Yeah, start on, yeah.
Nick David waits, and the ball just drops carefully into touch just in front of him. Nothing he could do.
Sarries, line's yours.
And Sarries,
line's yours.
Clear from immediate danger.
5.
We've seen this setup play before. Watch Don Brandt in the channel next to Waghorn. That's the target.
Clean ball from Kenningham, and Waghorn drops the shoulder. Porter to Beard, some slick handling in that midfield. Jared Evans, though, is taken well by Tompkins. Kenningham, more attempt from Beard. Back to that shorter side they go. Jack Walker still working that channel.
Really good speed of breakdown. Ruck speed exceptional in this set of phases.
Porter fires it out. Wynne Jones, he's fooled everybody with that dummy. And he's kept the ball alive. Porter with a double pump. Waghorn striding towards that 22. Evans, width, Don Brandt forwards again.
That was harsh, wasn't it? I know we've got an aerial view, and the ref's a lot closer than us, but it looked okay.
Once again, I don't think you can fault Adam Leal's position.
Such a challenging pass, almost like George Ford's that got whipped across in the Wales game. Maybe it was slightly, but the speed of it, just to get outside the Saracens, outside defenders.
The best scrums have been when they're close. I think they've all been pretty good, but I disagree.
I think we spoke a lot in the build-up to the game about Marcus Smith not playing, and the Six Nations that he's had. I'd have wanted to play today. This is a real example. I think Marcus in that position, where they're playing a phase play, where they want to put their 10 on a shoulder, little hitch kick, he's gone through the gap there, and they're making breaks. There's been 3 or 4 occasions, I think, where Jared Evans hasn't quite got that extra yard or 2 of gas. He's been put in those positions to get, he's got other skills and he's a good player, but I just don't get why Marcus Smith didn't come back and go, no mate, I'm playing this weekend. They moved me from fly half. I want to go back in that 10 shirt. I want to show everybody that I'm a 10. Instead, he's a sunbed.
Time on, please.
We're not privy to those conversations, of course. It may be that he asked to play and the coaching staff took a different view, but either way, it's a controversial non-selection for sure.
Sorry, time off. Sorry, there's still another player down.
Might be something like a small injury that he's got. He needs an extra week. But he's available. big occasion like this, restart the back end of your season, which hasn't gone particularly well. The other players wanted him in.
Stay there. On the scrum, it's the middle of the scrum, not sideline or the ball in attack.
They don't look like the boots that he showed to the referee when the ref came in. I suppose it matters anymore. You can't stand on anyone nowadays, can you? So it doesn't matter if you've got 6-inch nails in the bottom like they used to have.
Good to see the good old-fashioned pliers come out anyway to fix the problem. So just a handful of minutes left in this first half. Saracens leading by 7, just the one try. Scored after 5 minutes by Theo McFarland. So Quins with 62% of the possession through this first 40. They've had something of an edge here at the set piece as well, although that's not going anywhere from Saracens. Willis still going, pops up for Van Sale, and wide. Daly sends it on its sway, he's after it. Elliot Daly, and it's picked up by Halfpenny, and Daly gets his man.
Well done.
Pins, Quins, I should say, pinned inside their 22 as a result of it. Porter
Try and lift your foot, Ivan.
issuing the instructions.
Okay, lads, that's enough now. Stand up, you two. And use it, please.
No pressure for Porter, plenty of protection, and the safety of the stands. 9th Premiership start of this season, very much taken over from Danny Kerr as the first choice 9.
6-man.
Boyhood Sarries fan, actually, grew up in Watford. Gonzalez gets it away to Tizard, but Dombrandt knew that was coming.
Don't hold it into him.
It's a Saracens penalty.
That's no problem there. If he's going to compete for the ball, then I have to give the penalty. Thanks, mate.
It looked like Dombrandt had done enough. He
Number
certainly
1
thought he'd done
for the ball
enough.
with number 8 with wrong side.
So it's given a window of opportunity to Sarries as we bear down on half-time, and that kick puts them within 5. Real danger moment here for Harlequins.
Front yours, mate.
Tobias Elliott hugging this right-hand touchline. Everybody else tightly packed for Sarries. Itoje takes the ball. Jamie George looking for support. Van Sale arrives. Oof, brilliant from Alex Good. Is Burke add on to Elliott for the try. Just when they needed it. Just when they needed to reassert their authority. It's Tobias Elliott again. But do not underestimate the contribution of Alex Good.
It's like a hesitation, isn't it? It just, in the mind of the defender, what's he doing? And that fraction of a second hesitation when he pulls it out, because Burke's at full tilt, there's not going to be any recovery.
We've got to restart.
Just gets to the outside, creates as much as a 2-on-1 as he can. Burke, head down to the corner, tie in that last defender for a fraction of a second. If he doesn't hold Halfpenny, I don't think it's necessarily scored. But Halfpenny has to step back towards him for a second, and then he can't get back out. Elliott's got all the aces when it's a side-on tackle rather than a head-on.
How good is that pass? Come on. Such a good ball. Just missed the kick. Knows exactly what he's doing. He just wants to hold the corner. And you just watch Oscar Beard, actually, as he's running across and covering on the inside of Burke. He doesn't think he's going to get there. Watch his eyes now. He looks up just a half second. And that's what makes Halfpenny stay tighter. If he shouts, I've got him, I've back, and then he can back out and make the tackle on the outside. But that is all about the quality of Alex Good. Even at 50, he can control the back line.
Just to be clear, 37 in May. Alex Good, and providing, as ever, for Harlequins, for Saracens, I should say, who now lead by 12 points to 0. Tobias Elliott on the scoreboard again. Fergus Burke fires this into the stands to take us to half-time. It's not gone all their own way. Mark McCall knows that, Phil Morrow knows that. But thanks to McFarland and Elliott, they have the lead and they've weathered plenty from Quins, who've had the bulk of possession, let's not forget. Half-time at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Saracens 12, Harlequins 0. Yes, it feels like a critical 40 minutes for Quins. Defeat here makes life very, very difficult for them for the remainder of this season. The playoffs would be all but out of sight. The likes of Bath, Sale, Leicester, Gloucester, Bristol all to play. And they've had the possession and the territory to be in closer touch than they are. 12 points the difference. And the home side, Saracens, really taking their 2 opportunities well, but they haven't built an awful lot around the rest of their play. So there are a lot of questions to be answered, you feel. Benches to come into play as well. You'd expect Saracens to deploy the likes of Theo Dan and Nick Ezekwe, Andy Onyama Christie, of course, as well. Quins will look to the likes of Sam Riley and Erne Herbst, George Hammond to bring a bit of extra punch.
Time on, please.
So here we go then. The second half underway. Itoje's tap down, swept up by Launchbury.
No, he missed it, it's fine.
Zizgro that got a hand in there on Itoje's leap, wasn't it? Really good. He's been excellent in the air.
Stripped and the tackle play on.
Ball is there for McFarland. He's being shadowed by Porter. Jamie Benson's on the field for Quins at the moment. He's in the backfield. Halfpenny, plenty of space in front of him. Ball squirts out to the left wing where Oscar Beard is waiting. Benson, we understand, has replaced Jared Evans, a permanent replacement. Here is Benson, throws the dummy, attacks the line. Made his Premiership debut back in November. Only 22 years old. And Jones, we learned that is a tactical change as opposed to something prompted by injury. Wyn Jones occupying that loose head shirt without Finn Baxter's availability, of course. Porter charged down by McFarland. It's there now for Willis, who explodes into the gap and then looks to feed McFarland the ball, taken in by Quins. And a moment passes for Sarries. It looks so dangerous for a moment.
50-22 is on.
50-22 is on here, and he's found it.
Great kick. Really good kick. He has a little look up before he gets to the ruck. Picks out his spot. Look, just over the shoulder.
He takes an age there, doesn't he?
He does.
Cut line's yours now.
Does well, Benson there, doesn't he? Doesn't commit too early. Then get absolutely melted by Maui.
Well, they threatened. Benson's awareness put Quins back in the picture. Porter running hard onto the ball. He set the target nicely deep inside the 22, looking to find that clinical edge. A 4th time ball in hand in this area of the field. They've not managed to nail anything down to this point. Harlequins. Porter again looks to the right, heads to the left. Kenningham rides those challenges well. Sarries look to reset defensively, being stretched. Porter, Beard. Probe that short side. Benson again, he's been heavily involved in the 3 short minutes he's been on the field. Launchbury now. Namasatelli bouncing through the tackle. And then Harlequins off their feet again at the ruck. That has been a common theme.
A little bit of trouble afterwards. Just the last line out, really interested in. Now we've got the new law that there's no not straight if they don't compete. What happens there when the ball's not thrown, when there's no lift? Because what is competing? Just wonder whether that's whenever a new law comes in, someone clever in the back room just starts thinking about that law of unintended consequences. How can I manipulate that?
I don't want to say anything, but when you said the word clever, you both looked at me. But why can't you just throw it straight to the scrum half if they don't jump? It's not straight. If they don't compete, you don't have to throw it straight. Why don't you just throw it straight to the 9?
There's clearly a loophole there, isn't there?
Well,
I mean, what is competing in that instance? You'd have to
jumping,
get off the ground somehow.
Yeah.
Just jump in the air, nowhere near the ball.
Mine.
Interesting. I wonder if we'll see that again through the course of this second half. Willis has had such a good season for Saracens and probably would have been disappointed to have been benched in that final game against the Welsh in the Six Nations.
Stop, lads. Yeah, they're fine.
Van Sale's box kick. Elliott
advantage.
Got two hands on it, but it went forwards. Porter with the knock-on advantage.
Advantage over.
And Waghorn's given that everything.
Inside the 22.
Benson. He's going to try a few things, but when Theo McFarlane's there, not too many opportunities. Goods finds Halfpenny, the game breaking up. David looking to go around the outside. Gonzalez having none of it.
They play an advantage from the offside.
It's been knocked forwards by Saracens here. Quins will have to put into the scrum.
Well, it was called on from the side that 13 was in front of the kick and made no effort to retreat, yet they played on. There's no advantage to Quins. They've definitely not had the rub of the green this afternoon.
Yeah.
How about this? Benson thinking, I've got this, and suddenly a door slams in his face. Bang! Brilliant cover from McFarland. He's just planning how he's going to accelerate away from this, I think.
You got a prop down? No, he's not involved. Let's go. Come on.
One giant Samoan door. Released with a knee injury, but we've seen the athleticism, the dexterity, the physicality of this guy. Something else.
Yeah, it really is. I think Quins will be happy with Benson. He's come on, he's added a bit of life, he's tried a few things. A couple of little chip kicks.
Okay, let's go. There's the mark. Are you going to the left of the mark, Jamie? Crouch!
He is very heavily involved, of course, in the Premiership Cup. Jeremy Benson, excellent goal kicker.
Stop, stand up. Okay, well, let's get it right from the start. Okay, so set what you're happy to set, and I'll make sure he stays at the same place as well. But I see you're both moving. Lads, once you set,
Marcus
don't move
Smith
again.
and Jared
Okay?
Evans are both fit.
There's the mark.
Haven't been too many frontline opportunities for Jamie Benson, but having been patient, he's now hoping to make the most of the big stage.
Crouch! Bind! Set! Okay, use it.
Don Brandt.
Four was on side, no one else got involved. And use it, please.
It's more a bit of extra protection for Porter. We know the damage those long arms of the likes of McFarlane and Gonzalez can do on the charge down.
He's out of the way, thank you.
Itoje. Oh, what a ball! Gonzalez explodes through the hole, looks for the support. That's brilliant from Burke. Here's Van Sale. They're 5 metres away. Tompkins picks it up. That was not a knock-on. in the eyes of the referee, and still he wrestles his way onwards. Van Zyl, quick ball here, surely, and Harlequins are in trouble. Over the ball goes Dombrandt. That is some turnover. Desperate times, calling for desperate measures. Will Evans, Jack Kenningham, Alex Dombrandt all working in tandem.
It's the line, isn't it? The cutback, the little chat between the two of them. Itoje knows exactly where he is. And then the scramble D is brilliant. But if this ball comes out, this is that Itoje, look, eyes on Launchbury, invites him out of the line to tackle him. Then just drops it into the space. Really nice controlling of the feet there to allow the others to catch up.
Let's go then.
But then Evans, if this ball comes out of here, Saracens are walking in on the right-hand side.
Some athlete, isn't he? Gonzalez. What I loved about it as well, a lot of players there would have backed their sides and think, right, I'll take on the last two defenders and I'll try and bump them and stay on my feet. Instead, like you said, Ben, he just gathered his feet, slowed down. He only needed 2 or 3 seconds to let the support get there.
Evans' turnover, allowing for this little bit of freedom for Quins, and Dombrandt heading towards halfway. Benson sends it really wide. Nick David dribbles it forwards, but Saracens back in possession. Tizard has it, the ball nicked back by Beard and Porter. Quins trying to raise the tempo quite obviously here.
They're also trying to move the point of attack away from any ruck, so it's difficult for Sarries to put all that pressure on the breakdown that they have been.
Iskro. That's loose. Van Zyl, it might just sit there for Burke. Back goes Benson. Not too many options here, and he's going to fling it in classic Quins style. When you think all is lost, attack, and here they come. Beard brought to the ground by Tobias Elliott.
And use it, please.
Evans just waits for Lazowski to arrive. A little bit of footwork, hit the deck, reset the dial, buy a bit of time. Take a little bit of sting out of the situation, and the clearance is strong.
How amazing is this pass? Benson caught. We think, oh, what's he done? Has he not quite got away from him?
Saracens.
That's outstanding. But then watch Tizard's tackle on David here. They could have been in real trouble. He just eyeballs him, gets the target, makes that tackle and stops what could have been a breakdown that left-hand touchline.
Well, it's written in the mission statement, isn't it? For Harlequins entertainment. It's part of the deal as Mark McCall makes some changes. Tizard and George and Maui all coming off.
Come on, please.
So Theo Dan is with us at hooker.
They said 5.
Phil Brantingham on the loose head.
Stop. I asked Mark for the numbers, he said 5, you've now put in 4. You've got the chance to adjust.
Nick Ezekwe.
Thank you.
There is Ezekwe, himself back from injury as well.
Advantage, knock on.
McFarland palming it, but forwards, so chance here for Quins. Nick David, who's looked fiery today, caused a lot of trouble. Dombrandt just overrunning that, but always with that advantage.
I think that's the way that they're going to make more breaks, because Sarries have been good to all the outside balls. Shaping that you're going to shift to the outside and putting it back inside, they might find a little bit more gap there.
So don't forget, from 5:30, Bristol against Exeter from Ashton Gate. The Bears in second place. They're 6 points behind Bath in the table, and the Chiefs losing out, of course, in the Premiership Cup final to Bath, down towards the bottom, 9th place, just 6 points clear of the Falcons. Bristol Exeter from 5:30 here on TNT Sports.
Bind! Set!
Change of personnel, and Sarries with a big old shove, but Adam Leal
under pressure around the outside.
Wasn't enjoying the angling
Loose head around
of the driving.
Under
Apologies for the language you may have picked up.
This here, please. On the 15.
Change about to be made in that Harlequins front row. Jordan Else will replace Wyn Jones on the loose head side. But it falls to Benson again to try and grab some crucial field position here.
Number 1, sub. Perfect, thanks.
Good Wyn Jones, hasn't he? Scrum's been strong, he's made a couple of breaks himself.
Welsh international, former British Lion, of course, as well, from 2021. A chance here, again, for Quins to find their finishing touch. Canningham for Evans. Bit of space opening up. Elliott makes the tackle. Itoje goes to work on the ground. Levis finds Herbst.
Tackle, Sarries! Hold here.
Porter. Canningham from a standing start. Driven on by his teammates. Herbst absolutely smashed by Brantingham, and he's dislodged the ball with that shuddering impact. Daly with the kick pass from deep in the in goal.
I think someone in the stand called for it.
Well, always knowing that the knock-on advantage was theirs. It was a chancing of the arm. Great shot from Phil Brantingham, former Newcastle man. Bowled up today wearing his Magpie shirt.
Just stay square this side. I thought when the pressure came on, you kicked out. Let's go!
Do you reckon that was some night out after they won their first trophy in, was it 70 years?
You would think. Damien Lewis is with us.
Need a ball, lads, please.
Star of Ted Lasso as well.
Yeah, Jamie Tart.
Jamie Tart.
They contacted me, actually, consulted me on how he should perform in terms of his character.
He's not that annoying.
No, you're right, he's not.
Well, I think so, yeah. Just about.
They couldn't go the whole hog. People just wouldn't believe it.
I'm not going to disagree with that.
Come on, please. Yeah, that's good. As long as you're left to each other, I'm happy.
Some time for an injection of energy, you would think. 25 minutes to play, 12 points the difference.
Crouch!
The last scrum didn't go particularly well for Saracens. That man will be thinking this is where we could properly turn things.
Set! Okay, and use it, please, Saracens.
Willis just checking the positioning of that, and again he evades those initial tacklers. Surely off their feet there, Harlequins.
You've got to come in through the gateway. Number 7, you've got to come in from the gate.
Will Evans has been picked out for coming in from the side as well.
Yeah. It's the right decision. Sometimes he saw Will Evans' reaction to it. He's frustrated with himself a little bit, but sometimes when you're that close in, from up here, it looks obvious that he's coming from the side. He'll have thought, I'm legal here. It's not that he's thinking, oh, what's the referee doing, penalising me? Look, he genuinely, because the way he gets spun around in breakdowns and things, he'll be convinced he's right. And he'll watch the video and he'll go, oh, actually, the referee probably had a point there.
More. Stay back, stay back.
Once more, McFarlane's ball at the line-out. Theo Dan lightly raced, or not raced at all, in fact, during the Six Nations with Jamie George and Luke Cowan-Dickey doing that job for England. Up goes Daly, but it's taken by Benson commandingly. Jordan Else finds Eastgrove. Out of the back door for Waghorn. Don Brandt is there. Here's Tyrone Green, who's come onto the field. Big shot from Lazowski, ridden well by Green. Else once more in the carry. Beard just waiting for that hole to open up.
Doesn't get on the ball.
Herbst.
Tackle, Sarries.
A lot of hard graft here. We've got a man down from Saracens. Looks like Gonzalez is clutching his calf. Alex Good under pressure in the backfield. Van Sale thinking about opening this up. Tompkins having to contend with man and ball. And there's problems here for Saracens.
No,
Quins on the scavenge.
Don't put your hands in. Okay, Will, move your leg, please.
It was a brilliant tackle from Will Evans, and the way he shaped himself so he could spring back to his feet. Saracens did really well to get away with it.
And use it, please.
Willis has done well for Sarries again here, but Gonzalez looks in a good deal of pain. Theo Dan, very explosive, as we know.
Part of the tackle, well left. And use it, please.
Sarries presumably want this off the field so they can get another player back on the pitch, perhaps in place of Juan Martin Gonzalez.
It's a blitz from Will Evans, wasn't it? There's the injury, I think. Is he all right?
Yeah, we'll stop him.
Looked particularly good.
Yeah, we'll stop, thanks.
Just caught him.
Seen that bit, it's clear.
The spinning leg, didn't it?
Yeah. It might have been before we restarted now, but it wasn't. It was that rock just there.
Here's a clear out from Evans when he blitzes through the middle. Just thought Herbst could have countered a little bit more here. Does he hit him head and head? He's sinking, isn't he? He does.
Well, his knees are on the ground, though.
Yeah. I just thought as he bounced back to his feet there, Ernie Herbst hits, but he doesn't actually hit and step through. He just hits and adds his weight. He puts his weight right through the middle of it. It's a good counter ruck opportunity.
So this is a great moment. Andy Onyama Christie, who had an absolutely horrible accident at Harlequins back in October. It was a fractured dislocation of his ankle, and he is back at full fitness. Remarkably, had the cast off only on November the 4th, and was told it would be 6 months from there. He's back in 4.
Yeah, no fault on this. I'm just checking.
And he played 20 minutes up at Edinburgh.
Yeah, he was just asking. Maro Toji was just asking. It's a line out there ball at the moment.
I think this is another look at the Will Evans tackle on Tompkins.
Yeah, it's just snoozing it in the background. He had to check this injury first, so you can appreciate he's got quite a lot to do. So he's still checking it, and we've got another player down here, so we've got a bit of time now. Trust the process, please. Thank you.
It'd be harsh if they give that.
I think it's a penalty only.
Yeah, it's all right, mate. We've got a little bit of time. We've still got players being treated and getting up. So we've lost 12 Saracens to HIA. Have you had him yet?
Yeah. Adam, yeah, we're going to have to review this, yeah. We do have head contact on 12, yeah.
OK. So, TMO check.
No doubt there's head contact. I mean, he's done all his...
It's Harlequins 7, yeah. Head contact on 12.
OK, mate, we're at the screen now.
Like
so full speed first.
Best angle in full speed.
Tompkins is coming off for an HIA, actually.
Here's at full speed, Adam.
Head contact?
I think you said he can't be any lower.
I know we're talking about head contact.
Yeah.
He's on his knees. So
you could argue.
We just need to confirm firstly. Obviously, the first question is there head contact?
Yeah, I'm happy that there is head contact, yes.
So can you just show us again, mate, in slow-mo, because we're not seeing clear head contact on field, so just show us that last angle. We need to see the slow-mo to confirm there is some contact in the head.
The separation from Tompkins' arm that goes into Will Evans' throat. So if you're looking at head contact, why aren't we looking at that as well? You can't lead with your forearm. Now, I'm not saying that I want Tompkins to be done here, but I just think this is... Both of them have got things slightly wrong.
So we've got head contact.
So the top of his head makes contact with the chin. OK, I'm ready to talk through the process, mate. So we have got head contact. I do think there is foul play because it could be slightly lower. I'm entering this at low danger, and I'm going to mitigate it down because he's slipping into the contact, so I'm at penalty only.
I agree, yes. Absolutely.
OK, thank you.
Right, we got there in the end. Penalty to Saracens. Evans stays on the field. And in the meantime, Tompkins has gone off, and he has been replaced in the midfield by Andy Onyama-Christie, who's not gone into the back row. Ben Earl style, he'll be playing in the centres on his return from injury.
Need the ball again, please, lads.
Well, we've said it a few times, haven't we? It's great to see him back. Great player, horrible injury, but well done, Tim, to get back. For Quins now, they got 20 minutes to save their season. They've had 12 red zone entries in the 2 games they've played here for 1 try. They've immediately got to find a way of getting around that, navigating a way back into this game, and it has to be quick. They've got to get a score on the board soon. Even if it's 3 points, just do something that changes the game. 50,000 people didn't come here to see 12-0.
We always have to meet on
That's probably true. Also, yeah, it's almost unheard of that we see a pointless Harlequins, although, of course, that did happen at Kingsholm earlier in the season, didn't it? That's gone forwards off Riccione. Quins with that knock-on advantage. Else for Quins.
Still have no scrum advantage.
Benson,
we'll see where we're going.
tricky one for Iskro. Over the top, finds a lovely pass for Green. Tyrone Green.
OK, advantage over.
First tackle made by Christie. Onyama-Christie. Beard. Finding Walker, keeps the ball alive. Over the top they go, and finding tiny bit of space for Dombrandt. Kenningham, that was straight in from the side. Else. Beard. And being chased down by Elliott. Oh, he slipped the net. Brilliant. Quite brilliant from Beard, and the inside ball will lead to the score. It's Ben Waghorn for Quins. They find their killer touch. It's taken the best part of an hour, but they're in the hunt now.
And it's the old wide play that you see from Quins. Reasonably paced ball, lovely little pop out the back, and then you've just got to back yourself, keep running, try and stay alive, step out the tackle. He does really well, Beard. Straightens his head up, turns his shoulders, looks back to the inside, and Waghorn decides with nobody there what he's going to do is he's going to put the ball down, not under the posts.
Right-footed kicker. He
might prefer it, yeah.
Prefer it slightly on.
But that is a shot in the arm for Quins, isn't it? 7 points.
The thing, I've been critical in my own mind of how Harlequins have just been drifting across the field with all their attacks. And this doesn't really create the opportunity. Beard has to do it himself when he gets there. He needs lots more people, realistic runners, going dead straight to hold defenders. But when he gets to that outside channel, he uses his power, beats that first defender, and once he's through, he's got the awareness, sets up the pass perfectly. Got exactly what they needed.
A great little partnership could bear fruit over the next few years for Harlequins in Ben Waghorn and Oscar Beard for sure. Two youngsters beginning to bed down in the centres. We'll have a word with Nick Evans in a moment or two. Harlequins attack coaches. Porter clears long. Willis for Saracens. Will this provoke them into some sort of response here? Ezekwe tried to gather that clean, and there's been some chat.
He's on the floor, he's out of the game.
From Harlequins, and they're being marched backwards within range of the post. Let's have a quick word with Nick Evans. Nick, great to see the try finally. Your approach work has been broadly very promising, hasn't it? Huge amounts of possession and territory through this game. No points to that stage, but now you're up and running.
Yeah, been a little bit clunky, haven't we? Especially our working out in the 22. We probably just turned the ball over. They've been really aggressive around the breakdown. Their post-tackle work, firing through has been pretty good. We've failed to deal with that in the first half. Been a little bit lateral on attack, but good to get a little bit of reward there. A little bit of space starting to open up a little bit. A few changes. Obviously, we've had a few changes. They've had a few changes. The game might suit us in this last 20 minutes.
You've had a bit of joy as well aerially, haven't you, on each flank?
Yeah, look, it's been a plan of ours. Look, you know, they were fully loaded coming to this, and we knew we had to stay in the fight, make this a real fight for us. And you know, we've been pretty happy with what we've done. And Rodrigo, Nick David, you know, Lee Harpin have been outstanding in the air, and we've got a lot of balls back. And it's going to be a big part of this last 20 minutes.
Brilliant. Thanks for your time, Nick.
No worries.
Another boost for Quins with the attempted penalty from Lazowski flying to the left-hand side of the uprights. Score remains 12-7, 17 minutes to play. Ben Waghorn's try on only his second Premiership start. 20-year-old, just one of those they're looking to maybe fill. We've spoken about it so much, haven't we? Fill those huge boots of Andre Esterhuizen. Green. Underneath it for Harlequins.
Use it, please. Stop, Ernie. Get out of it. Ernie.
Lazowski. Good. Calling for
Got to
it.
wait till you're on side, Ernie, all right?
Looking for some distance. Benson. And goes Itoje, and he's nicked it. Excellent steal from the Saracens captain. Theo Dan sets off now. Brantingham with the clear out.
That's fine, it's fine, play on.
And the ball is loose, they've got to tidy it again.
No hands down.
Theo Dan does that. And Gonzalez
still in, nice.
Shaking off his injury from earlier.
Use it, please.
Brantingham holds that back nicely. Burke banged over on the gain line. Harlequins' defensive system holding up nicely. Ezekwe. It's been a real feature for them this season, their defence. McFarlane, though, looking to work it into that wide channel. Gonzalez takes the contact instead.
Never lifts the ball.
And Brantingham again, popping up everywhere. Nice handling. Fonsale, McFarland, Ezekwe. It's looking better from Saracens, but the scavenging, absolutely top class. And between the two of them, the Jackal Kings,
leave the ball, please, Nick. Thanks.
Evans and Cunningham, agree to split the spoils.
It's the two guys you don't really want to see when the ruck's quite open, isn't it? Especially side by side. It's like being attacked by two Dobermans in a ruck looking for the ball.
Use the line, please.
Straight in.
Use the line, please. I'm making a sub anyway.
There it is. That's partnership right there.
5. Is that 5, yeah?
Twin threat that every single team has to try to do their best to nullify.
Nick Evans mentioned, didn't he? We just wanted to be in the fight at the back end of the game. Absolutely, they put themselves in this position now.
Sam Riley on at hooker. Here's his first delivery up for Levis. We've got Will Hobson making his Premiership debut on the tight head as well for Harlequins. Else, oof, not taken clean by Brantingham, not forwards, as McFarlane stretches out and away.
Thanks, Phil. Good call, mate.
Again, a case of what might have been for Sarries.
Nearly away, aren't they? They try the set-up play. Look, they're all getting in position. They're trying to get the ball out the back. Isgro's supposed to be the guy taking it, but the timing's just slightly off.
Right, lads. Cheers, Theo.
But really busy Phil Brantingham, highly rated from his time with the Falcons. 23 years old. One of those that was wearing a white shirt with England A last month.
I mean, scrum like this here, if you fancy yourself as a 9 with a bit of wheels, Porter, if he can just get outside the back row, easier said than done with McFarlane there. He got low, well, they got a penalty as well.
Benson to Beard, that's forwards.
No advantage, that's forward, tight head collapse over here.
A decent kick here, Ali, from Benson into the corner. And they're going to have a line-out drive to go for the match.
Tight head collapse, feet out. He just dropped his feet now. I appreciate he's in an uncomfortable position now, but he collapsed the squad.
Gioni that's down injured.
Yeah, crack on, yeah.
He gave away the penalty.
Sorry, yeah, he's just down here. Yeah, time off, please.
They've made the replacement anyway. They just need to get him well enough to leave the field.
Just where he is there, yeah.
So the penalty went against Marco Riccioni at the scrum, and he's the man who's being treated here. And that will concern Saracens supporters, I suspect, because he's had quite a history of neck trouble. Alec Clary, the man who's covering tight head for Sarries. The supply's not quite as deep as they might once have been. The likes of Vincent Koch occupying that slot for many years, of course. The opening try from Theo McFarlane. It was in the 5th minute of the match, and then right on the stroke of half-time, Tobias Elliott profiting from what was a lovely sleight of hand from Alex Good, and then the Beard break that lined it up for Ben Waghorn and put Harlequins in contention. So a shot called here by Jamie Benson. It's a fair old distance, 48 metres, small angle.
It's a huge kick, shot to nothing really. Gifted that penalty, and I guess that changes the way Saracens would be allowed to defend the breakdown if they get to within 3.
Low scudder, but it's made it. Crucially, it's made it for Quins. They're just 2 points away. There are 12 minutes remaining. Jamie Benson has made his mark this afternoon in this second period. Real bright spot for Danny Wilson and his men. Seizing his chance.
How's your drop goals as well?
Well, he's been kicking off the tee. He's been kicking at 95%. He's missed just 1 kick at goal this season in the rugby that he has had, as we mentioned, broadly the Prem Cup. Beard, he's done a lot to spark things in the back division for Quins. He must be a frustrated man. He's been in that England camp for the last couple of months, not seen a sniff of a cap.
Still live at the moment. Okay. Cheers, Luke. Line, please. Line's yours.
Theo McFarlane's off. Looking entirely comfortable. That will mean Nathan Michelot is on in the back row for Saracens. Down in the meantime, goes over the top, missed his man, and it's swept up by Riley of Harlequins.
Straight, nice.
Benson steepling up and under, a little bit too long, and Alex Good has time. Elliott trying to get the bounce. Follow-up tackle is strong, but Evans secures it for Quins.
Yeah, he's got a release.
Within the wrong side.
And again, might be within the Benson range, given what we were talking about a moment or two ago. It's just inside the half.
You're choosing to compete with a man the wrong side.
15 metres in from touch. Maybe they're feeling it sufficiently to go for the corner.
It's worth the shot, isn't it? Just to put a bit of fear in Saracens. You know, he knocks this one over as well. You're thinking, well, anywhere in our own half,
Shot it,
we cannot afford to give away anything.
Well, this would be monstrous. And of course, it's for the lead. Having trailed since the 5th minute of the match. Widely written off coming into this contest. A lot of conversation surrounding the selections of Harlequins this week. And now it rests with this 22-year-old. Jamie Benson, 15 metres in from the left side of touch, 45 metres out.
Got it.
Nailed it. Jamie Benson. A new name to conjure with for Quins. Appearing in the second half and changing the dynamic of this contest. Quins in front.
Looked like he had a couple more metres in the bag as well. Oh, that's huge. That is huge. A gift of an exit. Not sure. They were quite sure that Herbst was going to get off the ground there, but he jumps. Look at the smile. He knows he's built that.
Well, Saracens have had the wind taken from their sails, for sure. And Harlequins seem to be growing in stature. Just mistimed, wasn't it, from Gonzalez? It's allowed Quins to move back in to Sarries territory. 2012, by the way, the last time Harlequins managed to beat Saracens away from home. Cheeky play at the front. Riley off and running for Harlequins. Kenningham playing with real zip now. Quins. Benson jab forwards by Nick David. He's got too much on that.
I don't think he needed to kick it, and if he did, he's, well, let's give him a little bit of a break. He's probably got a bit of blood in his eye, but they had numbers there. They've started to get to the edge of Saracens' defence a lot better going sideways.
Just a little glance there at Nick Tompkins, who had an HIA, failed it. We've now got Gareth Simpson, the scrum half, on the left wing for Sarries on account of the disruption to their back division. Shegan, of course, we lost earlier in the piece, and Tom Willis is off, Michelo on. Christie, having moved from the midfield, now occupying that number 8 position. Andy Onyama Christie.
Bind! Pre-engaged Harlequins.
And the free kick.
A gift. Harlequins to give them, to get out. Great from Daly.
Contestable. Green got a boot on it. Chased hard. Good. Finds Simpson. Dan, Burke, Lazowski, Daly, Elliott. And the ball there to be won. And Harlequins go straight through on it. Waghorn nearly had it. It's gone forwards though from the Quins centre. Clary muscles his way to deck. Onyama Christie, Burke now. Inside ball from Lazowski to Good. Opening up space for Gonzalez. Searching for support runners. Ezekwe's gone behind Lazowski, whose shoulders sag as a consequence, and Elst drops on it for Quins, and there's huge amounts of space on the outside here. Tearing forwards is Benson, who's done so much to cause trouble for Saracens today. In comes Lazowski, looking to make amends for earlier. Not that that pass was his fault, but Herbst drops it off, and Else tries to squeeze the ball back. Man down on the 10-metre line for Harlequins.
Advantage knock on.
Brantingham with work to do. Kenningham on top of him. A head injury that needs assessment.
That's holding on. Coming back for the knock on. And time off head injury. It's going to be a scrum Sarries ball here.
That's Will Evans, who's the stricken party. In fact, there's 2 or 3 men down requiring a bit of treatment. Looks like Stefan Levis might have some cramp he needs to shake off. Elliot Daly also on his haunches.
All the rights, but no one actually picked it up off the ground.
Oh, that needs looking at. That's the right arm as Lazowski. The other side.
Keep the mark for me, John, if you would. It's going to be a scrum Sarries ball here.
Adam, just slow down, we're just checking this off, yeah?
Yeah, thanks, mate.
He's had another incredibly impressive game.
No
Will Evans, it would be heartbreaking if this was the way that it was to finish this afternoon. Lazowski's challenge now under the spotlight.
We need to see from the other side of the field, really, don't we? Where does Lazowski's sort of crease of his elbow hit him? Is it on the shoulder or in the throat? He looks worried, doesn't he? He's waiting for the screen to come up. Yeah,
Catches him with
that catches it. That could be more than a yellow.
Evans is dropping slightly.
Yeah, but he's high, Lazowski, he's above him. I think he's going to get at least a yellow here, Ali.
No, nothing. It's all been good. It's a scrum your ball over there.
It's the arm, isn't it, swinging that catches him, not the shoulder. He's trying to wrap.
At least get the advantage.
Yeah.
No worries.
This will be a big story if it is a sanction, considering that Evans was the man.
Usual process, they're trying to clear it off in the
that hit
background.
Tompkins, and Tompkins hasn't come back on. I'm sure Mark McCall will be thinking that in his mind.
Well, even at the end, in that angle there, they can't see the initial hits. It's a penalty at the very least.
HIA? Is he HIA? He's fine, is he? Okay. So no HIA, and if you've got nothing clear, Pete, we'll carry on for now.
Well, Adam, we've got at least a high tackle. Let's put it on the screen, please.
Okay.
Yeah, just...
TMO check.
Peter Allen confirming they're going to look at this still further. No head injury assessment for Will Evans.
13 black.
The 13 black was the
That's
injury
very
player,
surprising, isn't it? When you've had the medics on and him down like that, that he's not leaving the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the arm, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Pete, I'm happy, mate. I'm happy with what we've seen here. Yeah. Okay, so is there head contact? Yes. Is there foul play? Yes. Not a high degree of danger. And because the player's dipping into contact, I'm mitigating it down from yellow to a penalty as well, same as last time.
Okay.
Thank you.
There we go. I mean, there will be people with all kinds of opinions on that decision, just as there will be about the Evans challenge on Tompkins. It is a couple of metres closer to the post.
Yeah, he's got 1 metre inside the 10. He's got it spot on. Yeah.
For Jamie Benson, this position.
Do you try and take yourself outside the 3 points? Probably, yeah.
The other side of the 10, Adam.
The other side of the 10, 1 metre, yeah.
So he's been kicking as well.
Also take another minute off the clock.
Okay, shot at goal.
And actually, psychologically, massive for Quins and Saracens, you know. Just everything, the scoreboard's ticking, everything's going your way at the moment.
Well, the big party. It feels like there's a few balloons about to be popped.
Well, he's still got to kick it. I think with the ease that he's knocked the last 2 over, we're all expecting this as a gimme, but it's anything but.
Yeah, good goal kickers have a habit of making you feel that way, don't they? If you're sitting down there lining this up yourself, you're recognising just what a long way it is, point one, and also what a monumental difference it would make to his team. Awful lot of pressure on a young man. No bother whatsoever. Jamie Benson cool as ice, and Harlequins being driven towards the finish line here by their youngster.
And he took every second out of the clock. There was only 2 or 1 seconds left on the shot clock when he hit it.
The restart's gone forwards from Herbst, or backwards off Saracens, which is the ruling from Adam Leal. So on we go. Dan.
You just
4
know.
points the margin.
You just know Sarries will give themselves one shot, won't they?
Lazowski to Goods. Eastgrove with the tackle. Quins bouncing out of the contact area, back into the defensive line. Theo Dan again, hammering his way onto the ball. Brantingham. Burke. Looping nicely.
Brantingham stayed down, he got bent back over his own leg.
A penalty here to Quins. It's those Devils on the floor again. Jack Kellingham relishing his work in the dark places. Just in there long enough to get the reward from Adam Leal, the referee.
Who's injured?
We've got Phil Brantingham down, as you mentioned, Ben. It looked like a nasty contortion.
Yeah, he had a tackler holding his leg, and then he got hit from the front and almost went back the wrong way.
Yeah, I saw it. It looked awkward.
He's in a good deal of pain, we understand, so I'm sure we're going to be repeating the dose of that particular bit of play. In the meantime, a furrowed brow for Mauro Itoje. Arrived here in 6th place, prioritising the Premiership. Leicester away next for them, with
for 17,
Gloucester, Sale, Newcastle, Northampton and Bath to come for them, but everything still firmly in the balance, you'd think, in terms of playoff places. Ronnie Maui coming back on, with Brantingham being helped off. Disappointing ends to what had been a very promising outing from the bench for the loose head. There's been some collateral damage to Saracens today.
Time on, holding on.
Shegan, Tompkins, Brantingham. Let's hope none of it's terribly long-lasting. Quins in control with possession inside opposition territory. 2 minutes to play.
The inset swap's fine. No, not now, Mauro. It's a ruck.
The ball secure.
And use it, please.
And the prospect of a lot of quietly executed rucks potentially to try to wind the clock down from here. No, the option is Porter's boot.
That's good, field position.
Backwards by Quins.
Such success there, they've got the ball back.
No, he's letting the ball, he's never gets the ball.
Desperate scramble for possession from Itoje, but they release Nick David brilliantly from Hobson. Here's Porter! Harlequins spoiling Saracens' big day out. And after a really quiet start, they have exploded into life, and they've finished it in style.
But they've dominated aerially today. They haven't dominated the game, but this facet they have. And once again, they come up with the goods, and as soon as they've got it secure, it's the understanding from everyone where the gap is. Els has a little look up, goes himself, that's brilliant. And then, was it Riley, sorry, who picked and went round the corner. The pace of David, always going to be able to drag. And it's good across. And the finish is there. And that is a special moment for that coaching staff.
Needs to get his skates on here, Batson, just about.
Got that as well.
Just about on every level. In time, just inside the post, and look at that scoreline now, 23-12. It was Hobson actually who made that little burst around the outside, and Porter with a strong finish.
Nick David, though, two things: jumped for the ball, got his hand to touch the ball back through, then he saw the short side and had the acceleration to go round.
Clock in the Reds. Will Evans has secured the ball. Porter and away for a famous, historic Harlequins victory. Their first away win over Saracens in 13 long years. Widely written off ahead of this contest here at Spurs, but in front of 55,000 fans, it's they who walk away with the spoils, and Jamie Benson, has to be said, turned the game, Austin.
That is some performance, isn't it, from Harlequins? 20 minutes to go, nilled on the board. Half-time, nothing really going for them. But there's been some standout performances for them. Kenningham and Evans just worked tirelessly in the back row. Nick David all over the field, Oscar Beard creating the try, but the spark and actually the consistency that gave them that opportunity to get that massive win is that young man there, Jamie Benson, and that's why he's our Gallagher Premiership Player of the Match. He has had a very special afternoon, and days like this can actually kickstart your career. What it also does is it keeps the league super interesting now.
A remarkable result and a remarkable finish. Just to reiterate that one last time, Hugo, Harlequins pointless at the hour mark. They've won it by 23 points to 12.